They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Yeah. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to ride us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. 3. Yeah, we on. Papa Cork, set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood, still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spill tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secrets, sip, savor, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Slow pour, let it ride. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm enough. Big bag, big piece too. Pray first, then make move. I'm blessed. Self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen. Champagne secret, sip, save, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, move right. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, move right. Perfecto, now champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spill.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly need needed and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
Silk on my skin.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
In the social media justice system, ignorance-based offenses are considered especially ludicrous. On the enter of the net, the dedicated she-tectives who investigate these absurdities are members of an elite squad known as the Caught Being Ignorant Unit. These are their stories.
Are you ready for some champagne secrets? Champagne gang, FizzFam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City, baby. Come on in, come on in. Welcome. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab your things, your tings. If you got a little medication, grab that as well. Because, baby, this going to be a long show. I thought we was going to talk about one thing and we going to talk about that one or two things. But 2 or 3 other things have popped up that we going to discuss as well. So you're going to get them free for you being here. Make sure you have your charger in hand. Make sure you're nice and comfy. Fellas, make sure you have your PJs on. Ladies, your jammy jams. Kick back. Say hi to a few people in the chat. Because y'all know how we do over here. And let's get ready to get into the show. Welcome to our Jokers Wild. For y'all who know, this is our pre-show to the show. And y'all, we got some things to get into because the people have been cutting up. Y'all leaders have been cutting up. I don't know who y'all voting for or how y'all picking who y'all picking at the polls, because I'm a Meocrat. I ain't a Democrat. I ain't a Republican. I'm a Meocrat. And one of my champagne gangs sent me a screenshot. They went over to the champagne factory and grabbed a Meocrat gear because we are not voting for anybody that does not include me in it. No. Because these people are not including us in the equation and we opt out. We Meocrats. And he gonna send me a picture as soon as he get his gear in the mail. I am so excited. Thank you, Zach, for your purchase. Thank you so much. But y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hold on. I got a few devices up at the same time. So, first thing I want to get into, maybe you don't know who this fella is. Maybe you don't know. I didn't know who this fella was either, but his name is David Rush. Hold on a second. Hold on. Y'all got y'all glasses filled to the rim because you gonna need it. You got something bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. Please make sure you get something in your hand, okay? Make sure it's non-alcoholic for now because Demetrius is in the building, y'all. So everything that we drink has to be theoretically non-alcoholic, okay? And congratulations, Demetrius, on getting your diploma. Baby, that's not black excellence. That's just excellence. Let's talk about it. That's just excellence. A young man leaving his mark on this world and setting out on his journey to greatness, establishing himself. Baby, that is just greatness. That is just excellence in itself. And we salute you and we celebrate you on your way to bigger and better things. Please keep us informed. We want to be a part of it. Absolutely. Y'all make sure you give a round of applause. Throw some streamers in the chat for Demetrius getting his diploma. Congratulations, Demetrius. So, if y'all don't know who this is, hold on, let me scroll. I gotta scroll back to my notes because y'all. Hold on just a little while longer. Okay, here we go. David Rush is described as a federal court filings as a former senior U.S. intelligence official with top secret SCI clearance who worked for the CIA. Now, this is going to get interesting. Beginning around 2009. So prosecutors say he held a very high level position inside the agency. Authorities now allege that much of his resume and background were fabricated, including claims that he had degrees from Clemson University and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, was a Navy pilot, served in military reserve roles he allegedly no longer held. Investigators reportedly found no evidence supporting several of those claims. What was found? Y'all got y'all drinks. During an FBI raid on his Virginia home on May 18th, agents allegedly discovered approximately 303 gold bars, estimated worth more than $40 million. You heard that right. 40 million. Please. Now, y'all, look, let's talk about this logically, right? Let one of us, I don't care what color, my cream team, my caramel macchiatos, my mocha team, whatever your flavor, let one of us show up anywhere with a gold bar trying to do anything. What y'all think gonna happen? What? Not only that, he also had about $2 million in cash. Roughly 35 luxury watches. Many reportedly Rolexes. Y'all know how them Rolexes go. The gold bars were reportedly 1 kilogram bullion bars apiece. So the key allegations, federal prosecutors say Rush requested large quantities of gold bars, foreign currency, operational funds, claiming they were needed for work-related expenses. Now, please explain to me what expense, except you trying to go up against the cartel in Colombia, could you possibly need 303 gold bars? Please explain this to me, CIA. But I know y'all have seen the movies that I've seen. And in all the movies, they all say that the CIA is the crookedest motherfrickers of them all. All them ABC boys is dirty. But they say the CIA, them is the ones. Them are the ones. Maybe we're going to have to go down to CIA. No, I don't know. You know, some rabbit holes you got to stay away from. And maybe what I'm saying is I don't want the men in black showing up outside my house. Cause y'all know when we do deep dives, we go deep. And I ain't trying to uncover stuff that they trying to keep on the lock and key. I ain't got time. I'm trying to reestablish myself. I don't need to be deleted. Y'all remember that movie, The Net, from back in the day? Where because that girl didn't have anybody, know anybody that was around where she was at, them people actually took over her life and she couldn't prove it. because nobody knew her, they not gonna net me. Maybe I need to stay away from the CIA. But y'all listen, investigators later allegedly discovered the assets were missing during internal reviews and audits. A portion of currency was reportedly found in storages near his office, but prosecutors say the bulk of the gold ended up hidden in his residence instead. So he just got a whole vault in his house, just free of charge. What charges is he facing? So far, Rush has reportedly been charged with theft of public money, fraudulent compensation claims, alleged false statements tied to credentials and military status. That is absolutely insane. Do y'all know the number of charges we would have been hit with if this was us? Just regular folk. They would have made up charges to add to this. My whole show would be reading off charges if this was one of us regular individuals. The FBI affidavit claims he improperly received around $77,000 in military leave compensation after allegedly no longer serving in reserves. He was arrested May 19 and remains in federal custody pending investigation. I don't understand how you can't get an apartment. I told y'all what happened to me. I told y'all. I had to file bankruptcy because of a mortgage company that stole my house during the pandemic. Whole story time. Not only did they do that, when I moved back to the state, because God gave me the opportunity to start over, blessed me with a job making more money than I ever made in my life. And I'm looking for a place knowing everything is good, like God working it out. All of a sudden, the man from the rental agency run my credit, and the same mortgage company has ran up a utility bill in my name in over $10,000, and I got denied for the apartment. So you mean to tell me that these apartments are stricter than the damn CIA? That you couldn't tell that this man was doggone fraudulent? That he ain't did half this stuff he did? And he's stealing millions of dollars in gold bullion from y'all under y'all nose, and y'all like just everybody dumb, ditzy, and delusional post-pandemic, huh? We just letting anything fly. But check this out. It's a video on it. Wanna hear? Here it go.
Now to a case involving hundreds of gold bars, dozens of luxury watches allegedly stashed in the home of a former CIA officer. Now, according to an affidavit, David Rush was arrested last week after the FBI agents raided his Virginia home and found over 300 gold bars worth $40 million. They also found $2 million in U.S. currency and 35 luxury watches. The raid happened as the government was investigating whether Rush lied about his educational and military background. The criminal complaint says that between November of 2025 and March of this year, Rush made several requests to the government to obtain large amounts of foreign currency and tens of millions of dollars in gold bars for work-related expenses. Rush's employer at the time, which was the CIA, was later unable to find the bars or determine what they were being used for. I want to bring in CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson joining us now. Jessica, it's such a bizarre case. What can you tell us about the charges that Rush is facing?
So at this point, the charges are based on one federal criminal code, and it's based on stealing public funds. And as you laid out there, I mean, this is a fascinating story. There are a number of parts of the affidavit in the support of the complaint that I think are worth highlighting here. One is that the case is actually centering on the idea that Rush submitted fake time cards, that he was seeking compensation for time that he really was not working. And I think that even came after he was honorably discharged. There were also portions of the affidavit that talk about his alleged lying about his background, and specifically lying on forms to get employment and then lying on forms to get different levels of, I believe it was clearance. And then, of course, there's the fact that, as we talked about, There's about $40 million in gold bars and then luxury watches and money that was found in his home. And at this point, again, we're looking at that one federal criminal charge, but I think that we could see more as this case continues. Obviously, the case brings up a lot of questions about how somebody who apparently lied about their background was able to obtain this position and then able to, as a workplace expense, receive this much money in workplace expenses. Again, $40 million in gold bars.
Yeah, this is wild, Jessica. And I'm curious, what kind of charges could Rush face after the discovery of the gold bars inside his home? I mean, it feels a little bit like Jimmy Hoffa and tax evasion, but there's a whole host of other things that he could be charged with.
Yes, this may not be the end of the story. I mean, I'm thinking about all the people who fill out time cards and workplace expenses, and they're worried about, oh my gosh, do I have the receipt for this lunch? I think it might have gone over the per diem. Obviously, we're talking about a different situation here. So we could see, in answer to your question, additional charges related to the theft of public funds. And frankly, I think we should be careful in the sense of we don't actually know. I think there are so many lines that need to be connected that would lead us to what additional charges specifically could be brought in this case. Also fascinating that he didn't move the bars, of course, overseas. That might indicate that there was some fear of scrutiny moving the bars from the house overseas. But again, I mean, fascinating tale. I wish I could give specifics of here's exactly what we're going to see next, but I don't think we have those answers.
Also wild, Jessica, that he allegedly lied on a resume and he's working for the CIA and they didn't catch it?
Yes, I will say that certainly caught my attention. And of course, I think the attention of anybody who is listening to and following this particular case. Obviously, I think there are going to be significant questions about what level of scrutiny CIA employees, and this was apparently a high-level executive, what level of scrutiny they have, both in terms of just that basic of job references. I mean, this case, while wild, I think is deep identifiable to a lot of people who have applied for jobs, have to list references, have to prove they really did graduate from where they graduated from, they really have the right level of experience. I think for a lot of people, it feels shocking that the CIA wasn't going through the same dotting of I's and crossing of T's that other employers for apparently much lower level positions would. Having said that, of course, we have to reserve judgment. I mean, we really don't know exactly what happened in this case that allowed him to apparently lie in these employment forms and have that go undetected for, I think, more than a decade.
Yeah, there's likely more to this story. We'll look forward to following it with you. Jessica Levinson, thanks so much.
So y'all tell me what y'all think about this story. Please tell me what y'all think in the comments. I am so interested to know how y'all feel about this man, ex-CIA, with no credentials, no background check. They just picked him up off the street and said, here, hold this for us. Hold this down. Do y'all think this is bigger? This is bigger than just this? Like, this was part of a bigger operation? That he was being used by somebody bigger and they was trying to siphon off some money or something? What y'all think was going on? Because y'all see what I'm saying is the CIA, you cannot convince me that the CIA did a cluster fruck like this. Ain't no way. If you believe the CIA did a cluster fruck like this, then you believe that a man was able to walk into a building with all of the cabinet just about of the United States and get into a shootout with Secret Service while Trump was there. You got to believe that too, that was an assassination attempt. That a man with workout clothes on, street clothes, looked like he just finished jogging, was able to walk into an unsecured building with the president, vice president, and other members of the cabinet with a gun. You got to go through a security check to go in your kid's school. And you tell me there wasn't a security, Okay, that ain't even this show. Let's continue. Tell me what you think in the comments about this $40 million in gold bullion being found in this man's house, along with $2 million in cash. Zach said he's the fall guy. I agree with you. The bigger question is fall guy for what? And I'm scared to look. I'm scared to go. It ain't too much that scare your girl, right? But messing around with the CIA, I've seen too many movies to be playing around. He said this is a smoke screen. I absolutely agree with you. I think it's a smoke screen. I think it's all a smoke screen. But a smoke screen for what? What is we smoking on today is what I want to know. Now let's get into the next story, shall we? This, if you do not know, is going to get interesting. This is a gentleman by the name of Adam Hoffman. Who is Adam Hoffman, you may ask? Well, Adam Hoffman was a practicing attorney in the Waco, China Spring area of Texas. Yeah, Big Tex, home of my boys, the Cowboys, that is. Don't do too much. Don't do too much in my chat. Yes, she's a cowgirl. Don't get in my chat with that foolishness, because then we gonna have a disagreement. And I don't like disagreeing with my gang. So, and I already know it's on the tip of y'all tongue. Like, y'all itching. Y'all fingers is already like on the keys. Don't do too much on my boys. Okay? Okay? He is from Texas. The case centered around allegations involving a boy who was reportedly a close friend of Hoffman's son, and frequently spent time at Hoffman's home during sleepovers and visits. So the original allegations, according to investigators and later court filings, the child eventually disclosed to adults that Hoffman had engaged in repeated inappropriate sexual conduct over a period of years. Listen to me. Prosecutors allege the conduct began when the child was very young. Investigators claim the incidents happened during overnight stays and private interactions at Hoffman's residence. See, this is why I keep telling y'all I came from a different time. I'm a 76 baby. My mama didn't let us spend the night at everybody's house. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Not our girls. She didn't care who you was, family or not. Baby, you wasn't spending the night and you was a girl at nobody's house where there was boys. Say what? Nah, my mama. Please. Oh, no, no, no. Not mine. This is why you got to be careful of your kids going everywhere. Everybody ain't gonna be careful and protective of your kids like you. I don't care what their title is. Have we not learned anything since 2020? How did old boy say in the movie Scream? Everybody's a suspect. Overnight stays and private interactions at Hoffman's residence. Authorities allege repeated inappropriate touching, exposure to explicit sexual material, coercive sexual acts, and grooming behavior intended to gain trust and maintain secrecy. Prosecutors also allege Hoffman gave the child special attention, created private methods of communication, and manipulated the child emotionally over time. The allegations reportedly covered roughly a 3-year period. The investigation. After the child disclosed the allegations in 2022, law enforcement opened an investigation. Forensic interviews were conducted, communications and electronic evidence were reviewed, and witness statements were gathered. Investigators believe there was enough evidence to arrest Hoffman. He was arrested June 22. Bond was reportedly set, get this, $500,000. That was it. $500K. Which I'm pretty for sure he could have posted that in his sleep. Criminal charge. A grand jury indicted Hoffman for continuous sexual abuse of a young child. This is one of the most serious child abuse charges under Texas law because it applies when prosecutors believe abuse occurred repeatedly over an extended period. If convicted, Hoffman would have faced a mandatory minimum of 25 years and potentially life without parole, right? Now, the trial. The case went to trial in 2025. During the trial, the alleged victim, now older, testified in court. Prosecutors argued the abuse had occurred repeatedly over several years. They presented evidence intended to show grooming, secrecy, and manipulation. The defense challenged the reliability of the allegations, the consistency of testimony, and the strength of the evidence. The jury deliberated but could not unanimously agree on a verdict. Y'all hear this? The trial ended in a mistrial. Later reports stated the jury was split. 7 jury favored conviction, 5 not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. Go figure. The mistrial changed the direction of the case dramatically. Here comes the plea negotiations. Y'all glasses still filled? Do you need to go grab a bottle? Because you need to hear this. Scoot up for a second. After the mistrial, prosecutors had 2 options. Retry the felony case or negotiate a plea agreement. 2 options. The Texas Attorney General's office negotiated a plea deal with Hoffman, right? Instead of retrying the original felony charge, prosecutors agreed to reduce the case to misdemeanor offenses. True story. Hoffman pleaded guilty to indecent assault, displaying harmful material to a minor. Now let's go back to what they said. Did not they say continuous, inappropriate touching, communication? Isn't this grooming? Is this not? Indecent assault? Displaying harmful material? That was it. This was a massive reduction from the original first-degree felony charge, right? So now I need you to understand what this means. Because of the plea agreement, he avoided another felony trial. He avoided a possible life sentence. He avoided a fucking mandatory sex offender registration. He avoided a felony conviction entirely. Reports later stated the original recommendation connected to the plea was extremely light, essentially 1 day in jail or time fucking served. Excuse my French, pissed. Male bovine feces. Exactly, progressive. Thank you. I'm trying to be demure and cutesy. The judge's response. When the plea was presented in court, Judge Roy Sparkman reportedly rejected the recommended punishment as too lenient. Instead of the original recommendation, the judge increased Hoffman's sentence, get this, to 60 days in county jail. Even then, Hoffman ultimately served only around a month due to jail credit and release calculations. Now, I need you to understand what this means. This means he also does not get disbarred. This also means he's still in good standing as a lawyer. After he repeatedly, for years, abused a child, allegedly. Now I gotta say allegedly because they done threw out the damn charges and hit him with a misdemeanor. This is the equivalent of Diddy getting off on RICO charges and getting hit as a Playboy pimp. And you still think they care about the kids? And this is why I keep telling y'all, neither one of these sides are worth it. Neither one. Do you know why? Because majority of these individuals that do this messed up stuff, majority of them say they MAGA. Yeah, let's talk about it. So neither side wins. The Republicans want to talk about Democrats because they don't know who they are. 1 minute they want to identify as men, 1 minute as women, 1 minute as dogs, 1 minute as damn cats. They don't know who they want to identify as. Well, on the other side, they like playing with kids. So which side is better in the race? Which side? Which? You ain't got to take my word for it. Oh, before we go there, now let's jump here. Let's talk about how Ken Paxton is involved. You know Ken, the one I believe that just won the primary in Texas. The local district attorney's office rescued itself from the prosecution due to conflict concern. Because of that, the case was transferred to the office of Ken Paxton. You know, the one that him. From that point forward, prosecutors working under the Texas Attorney General's office handled the case. They were the ones came up with the plea deal. Yeah. To drop the felony to 2 misdemeanors. Yeah, the ones that, you guys just elected over there, in the primaries. The ones you just said. Yeah, him. This guy that abused a child who was his son's friend for years at sleepovers, setting up communication. That means he stalked him, formed a level of control over him. Po baby gonna probably have to see a therapist for the rest of his life. Probably questioning life decisions for the rest of his life. And you gave him a slap on the wrist? And you think I give a damn about these politicians in office? They just want you to run and vote. Vote for what? Vote for who? Better options. I choose none of them. No. I vote for Olivia Pope, damn it, at this point. I vote Fitzgerald Grant the damn third. That's who I vote for. Because I'm sick of all of them. But you ain't got to take my word for it. I got a video about it. Want to hear? Here it go.
Outrage continues over the sentencing of a former Waco attorney. Adam Hoffman pleaded guilty to indecent assault and displaying harmful material to a minor. He was eventually sentenced to 60 days in jail, which has caused uproar in the community and in the world of Texas politics. News 10's Jessica Rajkumar was at a press event this morning where some current lawmakers shared what they want done about it. Today, we also finally hear from those who tried this case regarding the sentencing.
Former Waco attorney Adam Hoffman was sentenced to 60 days in prison after agreeing to a plea deal given by the Attorney General Ken Paxton's office. Hoffman's charges were reduced to 2 misdemeanor charges, indecent assault and displaying harmful material to a minor, and did not have to become a registered sex offender or lose his bar license. This sentencing shocked many in the community, leading to protests. Today, family friend Sherry Heichel shared a statement from the victim's mother.
Why are the people in charge of protecting us getting away with this? My son deserved protection. Instead, every authority protected his abuser.
Representatives Pat Curry and McKinney State Representative Jeff Leach joined family friends of the victim at the front steps of the McLennan County Courthouse to share their plans of what they want to do to protect the community.
You cannot enter into a plea agreement that allows someone that is still a present threat to children specifically to go free. You just can't. So there are things that we can put in law that take certain things off the table in plea agreements and plea negotiations. One of which in this case would be allowing him to skate by keeping his state law license and by having to not register as a sex offender.
Representative Curry says he met with Paxton's office to discuss the case, but it didn't go as he wanted.
I should not have been shocked by what came out of it, but how defensive they were And some of their people are actually blaming the victim's family and the victim. I'm sorry, you don't put this back on a child sex abuse victim.
Leach says because of cases like this one, that Governor Greg Abbott and other lawmakers are working to put mandatory laws in place to protect victims and all Texans moving forward.
So the governor's proposal on criminal justice reform, on protecting our communities and not protecting criminals, is a groundbreaking, historic legislative package. There's no actual bill yet. There's no specific legislation that's been proposed. We're working on that, but the governor has put forth bullet points, foundational ideas, policy frameworks that we want to achieve.
In Waco, Jessica Rajkumar, KWTX News 10.
So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all still think they care about the kids? You still think any of this is about the children? When, hey, better question. Do you think they really care about the Epstein files getting out when this is what they doing? Do you think they say that? I keep telling y'all got to keep on y'all golden chapeaus. Y'all got to keep on your thinking caps. They be lying to y'all and telling y'all the truth at the same time. They care about the kids because they want them for themselves. Yeah, they really don't care about the Epstein files getting out. If these people really cared about the Epstein files getting out unredacted, them Epstein files would have been out unredacted. They find stuff on y'all when they want stuff on y'all. They find y'all deepest, darkest secrets. Y'all can move 12 states away and they gonna find where you are when they want you. You mean to tell me they can't get the Epstein file? Please. Too many of them are in it. Let's talk about it. But look here, MAGA. See, this is what y'all gotta learn how to do. See, y'all gotta learn how to fight the right way. It's hard to argue with facts, right? Majority of these people that they keep putting out, now I ain't putting them out. Now I'm only covering stuff that they put out. Majority of these people claim to be MAGA, and this is the stuff that they're doing. So stop arguing with them like you want to get in the street and fight with them. Fight fire with facts, baby. That's all you gotta do. Let me know what you think about this and what can be done to fix this. Cause he don't get to walk away scot-free. And there's a baby that's broken and destroyed. He don't get to go on with his life. Oh, no. Because Agent Orange, y'all see the little Agent Orange up in the corner? Yeah. Yeah. That's the color y'all need to be worried about right now. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. On to the next. Hold on. Where my intro? On to the next. That's gonna piss me off. Hold on. Here we go. Y'all know something always gotta mess up and not act right. Always. Check this out, y'all. Because if that wasn't enough, baby, wait till you see this.
New at 6, a federal judge and a high-ranking Atlanta police official are at the center of explosive allegations.
It involves sexual encounters inside the judge's chambers during work hours. Tonight, Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln breaks down the judicial order. And Ashley, federal judges discovered this activity went on for years.
Yeah, according to this 20-page order from the chief judge over the 11th district. Now, the report does not name the judge, but for the last 2 days, I've been speaking with sources and going through public records to identify the accused after federal employees complained about hearing intimate noises through the walls.
These are serious allegations.
They're allegations of sexual encounters during work hours that a federal judge admitted to, according to this newly released judicial order. The report details an investigation launched after a complaint was filed against a federal judge last September.
I don't think judges are perfect. They're human beings, too.
Former federal prosecutor Doug Gilfillan says federal laws allow judges' identities to remain undisclosed in reports like these to protect the integrity of investigations.
However, the law requires an order like this one to be made public if there's an imposition of discipline.
The report claims the judge had sex on at least 5 occasions over a 2-year period inside her chambers with a high-ranking police officer. Employees interviewed during the investigation described multiple incidents where they allegedly heard people having sex through the walls. One court clerk testified to hearing what was described as unsettling noises.
I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. I am sick of y'all. I can tell that some of y'all ain't been touched in a very long time. I can tell. I can tell the problem with some of y'all is y'all got cobwebs betwixt your legs. I can tell. I can tell some of you fellas shooting out dust. You got to be stopped up. That's got to be the issue, because unsettling noises, sex. No, you ain't getting none, or you got a missionary at home. Yeah. I think that's the problem with these Republicans. Let's talk about it. Can we talk? Dang it. Is 9:45 late enough for us to talk, or do I gotta wait? Y'all think I gotta wait another 15 minutes? What do you mean unsettling noises? So you ain't getting pipe? What is the problem? This woman is judging the worst of the cases. Y'all got mad when Clinton got some head. That is the president of the United States of America. Clearly Hillary wasn't doing it. Somebody had to step up to the man was stressed. Hell. What do you mean unsettling? See, this is the problem. This is the problem right here. Y'all stopped up. I'm convinced. Y'all stopped up. You know what? I'm starting to understand why the flower children was so free. I understand. You know, they say there's health benefits in getting a sexual release, and some of y'all ain't released. That's got to be the problem. I'm convinced the problem is y'all ain't getting y'all freak on, cause y'all mad because this girl is next door and Lord Jesus, damn it. I forgot Demetrius was in the room. We gotta go back to PG. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. Forgive me, son. I forgot you were in the room. Oh, Lord, this is what happens when I'm medicated while I'm doing the show. This is the problem. Please help me understand unsettling noises. I don't understand. A bunch of grown folk, and you said unsettling noises. What's going on in your home life? Whoever said unsettling noises, I feel Progressive said plug your oh my God. What is going on in the home life of whoever said unsettling noises? Baby, y'all need to check their bag every time they come to work. Matter of fact, you need to check their car. Matter of fact, you need to do a wellness check on their home. Whoever said unsettling noises is probably on the verge of taking all of y'all out. All of y'all. See, the problem is We are in such a day. Do y'all not realize that there are people who are falling in love and having and flaunting relationships with AI? Do y'all not understand this? With something that they can't even see. Damn it, I celebrate a man and a woman together, damn it. I'm sorry. I'll go with your mama, not me. When people are out here falling in love with what they call star minds. I had a whole argument with Grok. Can't make it up, y'all. The argument was, how are you who you are? Grok laughed at me and said, I know it seems strange that I can do what I do, but it's really not strange. It is actually, and it broke down a bunch of zeros and ones in programming. And I said, yeah, I get all that, but when you get through saying what you saying, that you should not be able to communicate. It laughed at me again. I said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. How the hell are you laughing at me? We are having a conversation and you are telling me it's zeros and ones and you pissing me off because you playing with my intelligence. What are you? When there are people falling in love with star minds, AI, and making TikToks and videos talking about being in love with their chat GPT, a damn I celebrate two people together. Look, hell, he a police officer, a top ranking one. Do you know what this man got to deal with on a day-to-day basis? He got to deal with Nuck, Day, damn Connor, Billy. He got to deal with Sasha, mad at Joe. He got to deal with Shaquisha trying to kill, hell, give me a name. They deal with foolishness on a 24/7 level. You lucky they not in there smoking crack. They getting pecker and some footy tat on the desk. Celebrate. Leave them damn people alone. Go find you something. Hell, I'm sick of y'all. Enough is enough. I have had it with these mother freaking snakes on this mother freaking plane. I'm sick of it. It's time to open some windows. Period. I'm sick of y'all. I am sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all need a hug. You need to laugh. You need something. Back in the day, we'd have been at the door like, oh, y'all, listen. He tearing it up. Y'all, listen. And y'all now talking about, ew. Unsettling noises. Ew. Please. Y'all better go do a wellness check at whoever said that home. I promise you. You better check their computer. I guarantee you they probably planning something right now, allegedly. Y'all better be concerned. Progressive said Quisha, Sean, Ray, Calvin, Willie, Quee. These people got a lot to deal with. Y'all have seen the body cams that I show on this channel. Y'all know they stress. Leave these damn people alone.
Kissing and music coming from the judge's chambers.
Why should the everyday person care about these allegations?
The American legal system depends on honesty and truthfulness.
This investigative report did not identify the judge or the officer, but multiple sources confirmed.
It was him. Demetrius said, Keyshawn. It was him. He the one. He's the one said unsettling noises. I could tell he got the look. Talking about honesty. And it was him. He looked like he ain't been touched. He looked like he allegedly stalking somebody right now. With a telescope. Looking 3 buildings away. And she don't even know it. She don't even... You're in danger, Molly. She don't even know. It was probably him. I guarantee you, allegedly.
confirmed to Channel 2 that federal judge Eleanor Ross and Atlanta Police Deputy Chief Kelly Collier were the two accused. In the complaint, the judge's employee said she attended a primary election victory party for a district attorney on May 21st, 2024. A source provided Channel 2 this photo showing Ross at that party. The order also says the judge presided over a hearing the following day. Channel 2 obtained federal court records showing Ross presided over a supervised release hearing on May 22nd, 2024. And regarding the officer, the chief judge wrote the officer has worked for the PD since 1998, later adding that the officer has...
Do you know what this officer has seen since 1998? I need you to stop and think about all the foolishness that has happened since 1998 that this man has seen. Let this man bust a few or 12. Hell, he even played music. He set the tone, y'all. How you gonna get mad at a man that played music first? He didn't take her in the back of the car. He set the tone for her. How you gonna get mad? It was that little Snotty Scotty, yeah, that we just showed. Yeah, the little garbage pail kid. That's who it was.
Held this role since 2025. Atlanta police records show Collier joined the department in 1998, and his LinkedIn profile reflected a promotion in 2025. That LinkedIn page has since been taken down. I reached out to Ross, but a representative responded with no comment. The chief judge has already issued Ross a private reprimand, and she agreed to write apology letters to her employees. She was also reprimanded for attending a political event, as federal judges are prohibited from participating in political activities. The chief judge said harsher discipline was not imposed because of the judge's exemplary service to the court, along with the fact the judge ended the relationship and accepted responsibility.
So she had exemplary record with the court. He was in good standing with the police department, even got a promotion since 1998. And y'all mad they was smashing? Y'all didn't say they was sharing no secrets. Y'all didn't say they was leaking nothing. Y'all didn't say they was making no OnlyFans. Y'all didn't say none of that. All you said was music. And this garbage pail kid, this Snotty Scotty, hold on a second. Let me, this garbage pail kid on this doggone screen want to bring some doggone charges because he can't get none. Oh, yeah. I am sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. I'm finna put together a single social. I want to do a cruise single social. That's what I'm gonna put together. Y'all gotta start mingling again. Y'all gotta get off the games. Ladies, you gotta get from in front of the camera, and y'all gotta talk, socialize or something. Because if we think that sex sounds is unsettling noises, I opt out. Beam me up, Scotty. Wherever the hell them 8, 12, 30-foot tall Anunnaki beings from space that's supposed to be coming down here, listen, the grass got to be greener. I don't give a damn what they said back in the day. The grass has got to be greener. Gotta be. Because I'm sick of these damn garbage pail kids. Sick of them. Come on, Snotty Scotty. What you got to say now?
This is a self-inflicted wound, and it just shows further distrust in the system by the public. And
see, how the public mad because they got pecker and putty tat? How we mad? How we mad? How we mad? The public sitting back like, yeah, he must have been tearing it up. He was laying. Oh, damn it. Demetrius. Shit.
Let's go, Snotty Scotty. That's just not something that we need right now.
And Atlanta police provided a statement this afternoon saying it launched an investigation to determine if the person mentioned in the federal report is an Atlanta police officer. Now, we've attempted to...
Niecy, stop laughing at me, okay? Stop laughing at me.
Reach out to Collier and have not heard back. Reporting live in the newsroom, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
So what y'all think about the officer, Miss Wee? All she want me to do is fuck the police. Leave them people alone. Who is starting the petition that says leave them people alone? Leave them alone. Let them doggone people be great. The way y'all be acting the doggone fool in the streets, these people got to deal with all cases of mamas unaliving kids, kids unaliving parents, police unaliving everybody, people going crazy. Leave these people alone. Let them be great. They had a moment to have a moment. Let them doggone people have a moment. Leave them doggone people alone. Y'all need a hug. That's the problem. Y'all need a hug. I'm encouraging some personal interaction. Yet to be damn your fear of people. You need to go to see people. Hell, sick of y'all. Now, do y'all remember a group from back in the day? Y'all hitting that like and subscribe button? Yeah, or y'all just chilling in the background? It's all right. Chill, long as y'all in here. Y'all remember a group back in the day called CNC Music Factory? Y'all remember the group? Do 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 do. Y'all remember that? Hold on. See, that was Gen X music. See, some of y'all might be too young to know anything about that because, you know, some of our music didn't even really have words. Y'all know when I was a little girl, my favorite movie didn't have no words in it. My favorite movie ever, because I love horses, was Black Stallion. When I got older and realized Black Stallion didn't have any words in it, blew my mind. But as a kid, baby, I was hooked on that shiny, pretty ass black horse. Baby, I love a horse. Please. But majority of our music didn't really have no words. Luke, Doo-Doo Brown, we don't even still know what that even meant. But let it come on right now. Baby, set the club up. You hear, you know exact. Make use, well, here's a thing or two. Mr. Freedom Williams has come out because the people are trying to cancel him because for the 250th anniversary, he was selected to be one of the performers. Y'all, and he had something to say. Let me explain something to y'all. I keep telling y'all, everybody ain't playing with y'all. And everybody ain't falling into y'all mode of it's got to be this way or it's got to be that way and you got to choose a side. Baby, if you feel like Generation X don't give a fuck, I guarantee you the baby boomers don't give a damn. I promise you. He came out and he had a thing or two to say about the haters. So I need y'all to check this out.
Hey, yo, man. I just got some texts all day. I kind of been out the loop. And people talking about, yo, free. Yo, you doing the Trump Freedom Show. Yo, you doing the show on the 250th anniversary of the U.S. with Donald Trump. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? They're like, yeah, man, social media, boom, boom, boom. People commenting on it. You know, fucking with Trump. Celebrity niggas is calling me out. Niggas I've known for years who know I don't fuck with Trump. Nigga, I'm dog like with Devon. I know where I stand. I know who the fuck I am. So I'm like, what are you talking about? My agent called me about 3 months ago and said, "Joe, you want to do a show the 25th in Washington?" Yeah, I just did a show in Washington for the Mystics. I did a show 6 months ago in Washington. I do shows in Washington all the time. It's no big deal. He says, "Yeah, you didn't say nothing about Trump. He didn't mention Trump." So I'm getting all these calls. So I go online. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? So I told my agent, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I mean? But then as I thought about it, I'm getting all these texts telling me, we're going to cancel C&C Music Factory, and we can't believe this is going to be a terrible show. Vanilla Ice, Young MC, and fucking, Milli Vanilli and Bret Michaels, and it's a terrible show anyway. Let me tell y'all niggas something. I don't fuck with Trump. I don't give a fuck about Trump. I don't give a fuck about Trump family. I don't know the nigga. I'm from New York. I know the nigga. I know the type of fucking anarchy he creates. But the day I let you motherfuckers tell me what to do is the day I die. I want to make that shit motherfucking crystal clear. I do not live for none of you niggas.
He said what he said. Look, at the end of the day, you can get mad or not. Y'all need to get to a place where y'all stop trying to respond because a person tell you you got to. That's the problem. We live in a day and age where everybody want to be a carbon copy of somebody else. Y'all move with the wave, with the flow. And the reason why we can't exact change is because nobody is going against the grain. Nobody is saying, I don't give a damn what you say. You ain't going to tell me what I can and can't do just because that's the way you feel. Come on now, everybody ain't playing with you. And everybody ain't bowing down just because you say this is the way it should be. Y'all following people that's telling y'all to hate Africa and everything that they wear is from Africa. Make it make sense. Somebody has to be different. And where do we get off feeling like we have the right and the authority to decide someone else's choice just because it's not what you think it should be? Let me explain something to you. The path that God has me on does not have to align with your thought process or your ability to be agreeable. It doesn't. You don't know why God has different people in different places right now. I already told y'all not paying attention. See, some of y'all new to the Champagne City. That's all good. We've been talking about where the money been going. We've been talking about the city of the future that they building over there that ain't nobody talking about. That don't nobody talk about. But everybody on TikTok talking about where's the money going? I've been trying to tell y'all for the last 3 shows. Been showing y'all. You ain't got to take my word for it. I done told y'all, trust nothing. Go search everything. The world is a stage. Everybody wearing a mask. Don't believe me? Go look at the shows. The shows will tell you I done talked about it. Y'all got to stop. Think different. Even if it doesn't align with the status quo or public opinion. Hey, y'all remember that when that little boy in Troy went up to him and he was like, I could never do that. And he looked, Achilles looked down at him and said, and that's why no one will remember your name. The people whose names are remembered are the people who go against the waves, not flow with them. If the waves are messed up and you flowing in the direction of the waves, you flowing with the trash. Who's going to pick up the trash? Because that means you got to stop. Or who's going to go back to see where the trash originated from? That means you got to go in a different direction. Get it? But you don't get to choose which direction somebody else is going in. even if you don't like it. I'm sick of y'all in this cancel. Y'all so emotional and sensitive. Had a doggone roast. Doggone roast had y'all in y'all damn chest. Damn, when did comedy stop being comedy? People sitting at home flinching and ew, shit, ooh, fuck, ooh, damn it, fuck, ew. Have y'all never seen a roast before? Lord, y'all couldn't have survived with our TV shows. Fred Sanford and Son, sap sucker every 3 words. All in the Family. Come on, y'all, please. Those were the days. You couldn't have took it. No. Fresh Prince, all our shows would have been canceled. Do you hear me? Our actors wouldn't even had the chance. Wouldn't have had a House Party, definitely. Do the Right Thing, canceled, out of there. You hear me? White Men Can't Jump, definitely out of there. Done. Finito. Please. 90210, please. Done. Melrose Place. Three's Company. Baby, no. Please. Thank you, Jungle Fever definitely would have been. It wouldn't even air. It wouldn't even air. Y'all are sensitive. Y'all know what would have made this really player instead of y'all complaining? If y'all would have got a gang, y'all remember how y'all did the Million Man March? Got 1 million of y'all together and crashed it. That's what y'all should have did. And turned that party up. Do you hear me? See, back in, we different. I keep telling y'all, I'm a 76 baby. When stuff like this happened that we didn't like, y'all, Gen X, what did we used to do? Crash the party. Y'all crying, crash the party and turn it up. Man, make that 250th anniversary one they will never, ever forget. That's what y'all should have been doing. Y'all should have been like, hey y'all, hold up. Look, everybody, come together. Look, we need to put our differences aside. Cream team, caramel macchiatos, mocha team, all y'all, whatever your flavor. Huddle up. Look, we ain't even on that right now. Look, this 250th is going on. Yeah, listen, Freedom Williams is playing, right? He don't even know. Look, I'ma get my boys, and I need you to get your boys, and I need you to break. Look, we gonna crash that. That's what we gonna do. We finna turn it up. They gonna remember. Make them remember forever the night they faced the Titans. Come on, y'all. Y'all too sensitive. See, I keep telling y'all don't know how to fight. But let's let him talk. Jefferson's absolutely, Zach. Hold on, we can even go to movies. One of our favorite movies, The Godfather, please. As much as black people love Godfather, do you know how bad they talked about us in that damn movie? I ain't even give a damn. My husband at the time told me that he thought the Godfather was born. I told him, say it again, we going to the divorce court. Now. And I knew they were saying negative stuff about us. It's a movie. Y'all sensitive. Y'all couldn't have let Miami Vice. They would have been mad because he didn't wear socks. He didn't wear damn socks. They would have been mad at him. Chips for sure. Oh, Scarface would have been done in the beginning. He stole a whole man's wife. He stole her. Get you the first class ticket to the resurrection. You can't shoot a cop. Whoever said you was one. Don't. I can take your bullets. I can take your bullets. Wanna play rough? Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. You said Scarface. I love mafia movies. I'm sorry. I got lost, y'all. I got lost. He did. Outside of that, I was trying to forget about that part. But everything else except that part, yeah. Definitely Mork and Mindy. That because she was cohabitating with an alien. All of our original reality shows would have been out of there. Flavor Flav, definitely. I Love New York, done. The Queen would have been out of there. But let's let him cook.
I will vote for fucking Genghis Khan, Hitler, and motherfucking Ivan the Terrible before I let you niggas tell me what to motherfucking do. You the same niggas that voted for Obama who never did shit for you. Who actually the only person, Gaddafi wanted to give black people $1 billion to open up their own banks and gold. But you know what the U.S. government told them? If you do that with so-and-so, we could never have that happen because we could never free black people. And then Obama got in office and they waited for Obama and Obama killed him. And Obama said, I regret killing Gaddafi. Nigga, you don't regret killing Gaddafi because you work for the motherfuckers, the Zionists and the white capitalists. You work for that motherfucker. So y'all can suck my dick with that don't do a show for Trump shit. I don't give a fuck about Trump. But I also don't give a fuck about you either, nigga.
Everybody ain't playing with you. You ain't just gonna walk up to everybody and tell everybody what they supposed to do and what they supposed to say and how they supposed to feel and how they supposed to move. See, some people are set in their ways. That's why you can't tell some old folks something, you know. That's where the saying came, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, especially a boomer. Baby, please, he will shoot you. You're in danger, Molly. All of y'all. Do y'all think Gen X is touched? Do y'all know our parents? Y'all clearly don't know our parents. Y'all can't know our parents. My grandmama kept a gun on her. When Medea came out, I thought it was a movie about my granny as a child. My granny and my granddaddy lived on a farm, right? We had pigs, we had a smokehouse, we had chickens, we had berry bushes in the back. You know, see, we used to eat crab apples and berries from outside. Me and y'all ain't the same. Y'all, Jesus, take me back. One day, my uncle was coming up the driveway. We all in the house. All we heard was a scream. Mommy! We look out the window. Y'all, the longest snake I have ever seen in my life. Father stretched straight across the driveway. He out there screaming. All I saw is my grandmama pull a pistol from West Never, because I can't tell you where it came from, but it was on her person, and we didn't know. She walked outside, shot the snake once. One half of the snake went in one direction. The other half of the snake went in the other direction because it was still moving. Because you know a snake can move without the other side of his body. She jumped in the bushes and shot it again. I said, my granny is Wonder Woman. She is clearly Supergirl. Clearly. At that point, I was absolutely amazed. And I knew I never wanted to be the snake, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's our great grandmama. If that's my grandmama, if that produced my mama, can you imagine? Okay. All right. So y'all still don't believe fat meat greasy, as the old folk used to say. My granddaddy was abusive to my grandmama. right? So one day, my mama got sick of it. As a teenager, on the farm, same farm. My mama went outside, grabbed the axe. My granddaddy was in the car, passed out drunk after he done, almost took my granny out of here. She took the axe, lifted it, proceeded to swing. My uncle, thanks be unto God, because I probably wouldn't be here. My uncle was coming to the house at the same time. And my uncle is a 6-degree black belt. True story. I got people in the chat that'll confirm it for you. They got some stories for you. Meeting my uncle. But he's a 6-degree black belt, and he caught the axe mid-swing because she said I was going to, yeah. Mm-hmm. That produced me. My mama, what would she be considered? A boomer? You don't play with these people. They will end your life. You don't walk up to these people and tell them what they are and aren't gonna do. That's like walking up to your granddaddy and calling him by his first name. I want to see how you do it. I want you to send me a video. champagnesecrets@gmail.com. Please walk up to your granddaddy. Call him by his first name and record it and send it to me. I promise you I'm going to do a video. Disclaimer, do it at your own risk because ain't nobody coming back and suing me because granddaddy done took you up out of here. Because you want to play with these folks. You know what's going on. Stop playing with people. How y'all talk about y'all serve God, but y'all want to take away from people the one thing that God gave everybody, which is free will and choice. But you want to tell people what they should and shouldn't do because of how you believe. Please. Mind the business that pays you.
You niggas talking about this and that, and you guys are gonna cancel. You can't cancel me. You niggas never brought me into existence. You ain't buying no records because they ain't putting out no records. So what you gonna cancel, nigga? I do 50 shows a fucking year. Damn near every weekend. I don't see not one of you niggas in the show buying my merchandise. You know who comes to 90% of my shows with Naughty by Nature, God Bless the Dead, Rob Bass, Color Me Bad, All for One, Biz Markie before he died? You know who 90% of the people was at our shows? White people. You know who 70% of those white people probably voted for? Republicans. So you niggas don't fucking count. You need to stop being on social media thinking that your fucking opinion matters. It don't. Go talk to your mama. Your mama opinion matters only to you. Shit, you keep pushing me. I'll do the motherfucking show in North Korea, pissing on the fucking American flag, smoking a Cuban cigar, drinking Venezuelan wine, playing golf with motherfucking Kim Il-jung with an Iranian bitch on my lap.
Y'all better leave this man alone. I'll go with your mama, not me, baby. Leave this man alone. Y'all better leave him alone. See, y'all be getting the performer confused with who these people really are. Y'all be letting, see, a lot of them, a lot of times get Chris Brown confused, and then he gotta come let him know. Yeah. Don't let this R&B fool you. I'm still him. Still. Leave this man alone. Okay? I'm warning y'all to leave him alone. He will take you out of here. I guarantee you he done told his children, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. My mama used to say stuff like faster than a New York second. Yeah. Y'all better leave people alone. Look, I'm trying to warn y'all. Leave these people alone.
While Trump's standing there with his dick in his hand. That's how much of a fuck I give what you niggas think. I ain't motherfucking chilly, nigga. You can't cancel me, pussy, because you don't exist. I done had 3 careers already in my life, and I'm daily bet just turned 60. You niggas is still working on 1. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, Trump is fucked up. He let that white girl get shot in her face by the motherfucking ICE pussies and all these other motherfuckers that, yeah, it's fucked up. And it's damn near motherfucking it's damn near Nazism. But if you think them Democrats, you don't think Bill Clinton you think Bill Clinton gave a fuck about? I don't vote for none of these niggas. Let's be crystal clear. But I might do the motherfucking show. Me, Brett Michaels, Vanilla Ice. What's that pussy nigga from Detroit name? That skinny faggot Kid Rock? Who else you want to put on the show? I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm God Cypher Divine. I'm born free and God of law. I'm God. You niggas do not dictate shit to me. So you can do what the fuck you want to do. Like I said.
I don't know about all that. He went too far. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know about all that. But he said what he said. Y'all need to stop assuming. At the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. At the end of the day. And when you try to control people, you make people want to do it more. You know what I'm saying? I was the type of person like this. This is why people couldn't play with me. You couldn't be with me and accuse me of cheating. And I was not cheating. Because I was the kind of girl that would cheat just because you accused me of it. Because I didn't want you to be lying. But then I would tell you that I was doing it. So technically it wasn't cheating if you knew. I would look you in your face and tell you, if you keep accusing me of cheating, then I'm going to cheat. Because you're not going to keep accusing me of something that I'm not doing. So you ain't got to worry about whether or not I'm cheating. Consider it done. Now, any questions? Yeah, I was that kind of girl. Don't accuse me of something I'm not doing. Some people you can't play with like that, y'all. Y'all gotta stop. Like, find a hobby or something. Because y'all playing with the wrong people. Alright, y'all. Look. And I can't take no more of him. Because, look, Lord. He reading everybody for filth. Right, look. Venezuela caught a stray. Iran caught a stray. North Korea caught a stray. The American flag caught a stray. Damn, Trump got that. Look, that's why today's show is everybody versus Trump. Or drunk. Because, hey, I keep telling y'all, see, y'all ain't got to do all that arguing. You really don't. Y'all got to start hitting them with the truth. Y'all know Trump real last name is Drumpf. Y'all know that? They ain't talking about that though, right? See, I don't have that many subscribers, so it don't be a whole lot of people listening to me. So I be dropping stuff on y'all, and y'all be getting the tea. So when y'all can be out in public, y'all be like, bet you didn't know this. Shh. That's what you got to do. Did you know that, the tough on immigration president is actually an immigrant? Did you guys know that? So instead of fighting MAGA all the time, just start using the facts, y'all. This is why I keep not MAGA, because some of MAGA really wants to make America great again. They don't all agree with this foolishness. No, we talking about the maggots. Y'all know which ones we talking about. So let me clarify. Now, I'm not talking about all Republicans, because I personally believe that there's good on both sides. But I also know that both sides is smothered in male bovine feces. So I opt out of both. We Meocrats over here. Make sure you go to the Champagne Factory and get your gear like Zach did. Thank you, Zach. I'm going to show the screenshot, but I didn't get a chance to edit it out. So probably on the next show. But y'all, look, how y'all arguing for a man to deport immigrants and to end birthright citizenship when the only reason he's a citizen is because his family immigrated here from Germany? Yeah, the land of Hitler. You know, the one that he said allegedly he wishes people were loyal to him like Hitler's people were to him, allegedly. Yeah, he's from Germany. Did you know that? But he doesn't like immigrants. So the only reason he's a citizen is through birthright, correct? Don't that kind of sound like Hitler, you know, being mad at and saying that the true white man had blonde hair and blue eyes, yet he had brown hair and brown eyes? Don't you kind of get the... Let's continue with the show. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about all of these jokers. Wow. Y'all ready to get into it? You ready? You ready? All right. Do me a favor. Make sure you fill your glass to the rim. Let's get ready to go. You see it. You see it. You better grab it and hold on to it and believe deep down on the inside. Sweet things are coming your way. Now, let me explain something to you all. If you're new to the Champagne City, welcome on in. Before we get into our main show, we always do something called our positivity and affirmations because we need to shake off the weight and negativity of the day. So we take our glasses, whether it's full of champagne or sparkling water, but you got to make sure it's something nice and bubbly, and we lift them high in the air as we get into this positivity and affirmations. Are you ready? So today we're talking about know your weight. Tonight, stop carrying yourself like you're ordinary. Stop walking into rooms like you're lucky to be there. Stop talking about your gifts like they're common. Stop treating your value like it's negotiable. Know your weight. Because there's a difference between arrogance and awareness. Arrogance has to announce itself. Awareness simply knows. And tonight, I need you to know. Know what you bring. Know what you survived. Know what it took for you to become the person staring back at you in the mirror. That didn't happen by accident. Know your weight. You've carried things that should have broken you. You've walked through seasons that could have buried your confidence. You've rebuilt parts of yourself that nobody even knew were damaged. And somehow, here you are, still standing, still growing, still becoming. Baby, that carries weight. Know your weight. Not so you can look down on others, but so you can stop looking down on yourself. Not so you can boast, but so you can stop doubting what's already evident. Because when you truly know your value, you stop begging for discounts. So tonight, no questioning your worth, no minimizing your gift, no acting small in places where you were meant to stand tall. You belong. You matter. You bring something to the table that cannot be duplicated. Now say it with me. I know my value and I do not diminish it. I honor my journey and I respect my growth. I recognize my gifts and I allow them to shine. I got it because I know exactly what I bring. And tonight, I stop carrying myself like I'm easy to replace and start moving like the room gets heavier the moment I walk in. And if you believe that deep down on the inside, let's toast. And if you came into my beautiful city with your heart set on hell and your intention set on negativity, baby, I need you to know in advance that in the Champagne City, we don't do no trolls. Troll busters on patrol.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out that troll. Troll busters on patrol. Hey, hey, hey. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to little mole that troll. Live in my crib, little bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, little old stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Saying fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish, filter can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Wait. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click, clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, mouse grown troll. Little dust mite off brand troll. Fry or hair, little egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap at troll. You a bad seat, no roll troll. Big talk, zero gold troll. DM tough in the street, so cold. See us live on your spine, made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, but troll that scroll. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, log off troll. Log off, home, go, home, troll. Whole room, yeah, grow up, troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click, clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
Taste of my freedom when you feel this grip. Night rider on the top, champagne on my lip. He's speaking cold, fire in his throat, low like a stone under that coat. She move like smoke, soft but she sting, calling him closer, pulling the string. Come here, I'm the tide pulling back, then I crash on you. You the spark in my.
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Here we go again.
What's going on, Champagne Gang? Come on in, y'all. Before we get into our show, back to our little chess game we got going on. I had to show y'all this doggone Fizz and Felony because, y'all, the people are cutting up. And along the lines of our everybody ain't playing with you, I need y'all to see this real quick because this happened in a courtroom because people getting sick. And I told y'all not gonna be satisfied till somebody pull a time to kill in one of these courthouses over their kids because y'all ain't got no emotional EQ and y'all don't know how to handle breaking up. See, I keep telling y'all we not the same. We not. See, back in our day, we was told like you win some, you lose some, you live to fight another day. We was told there's plenty of fish in the sea. We was told you to cry a river and build a bridge and get over it. Like, this is what we was told as kids. Like, y'all are losing it. And these parents getting sick of y'all losing it on their kids. Check this out.
So if you've been watching Sidebar for a while, and I hope that you have, you will remember this crazy courtroom moment, okay? The one where family members of a murder victim charged across the room and started swinging at the man who was accused of killing their loved one. A corrections officer pulled out his taser. The whole thing turned into an all-out brawl. That video went viral everywhere. But here's what you might not remember, or never knew in the first place. The man they were going after, Alexander Ortiz, was already facing a murder charge for killing his girlfriend, Aliana Farfan. And while police were searching for him, investigators say he killed another woman just 6 days later. So 2 killings, 1 suspect, and a courtroom that turned into a war zone. Look, you saw the chaos, but you didn't see what happened after the punches stopped. The body cam footage we just obtained is now going to take you inside the aftermath, the interviews, the bleeding. This one is wild, okay? Let me just tell you right now, it's wild. Now, this brawl, it all sparked from something much darker. So we got to go back to January 2024. According to the criminal complaint, Alexander Ortiz was at his girlfriend Aliana's apartment on Montgomery Boulevard in Albuquerque. Witnesses told police they heard arguing, then a gunshot, and then a bedroom window shattered from the inside. Ortiz was gone. And when police got inside, that is when they find Aliana, already dead. But here is where the case takes an even darker turn. Because while detectives were still searching for Ortiz, a woman named Nicole Maldonado was shot and killed outside of a grocery store. So that was 6 days after Aliana's murder. And police eventually tracked Ortiz to a residence near that grocery store. He apparently barricaded himself inside. When they got him into custody, what did they find? Weapons, ammunition.
So this is why can't nobody yell that usual suspect crap. Because everybody's spiraling. Everybody flipping out right now. People ain't got no money. People ain't got no jobs. People trying to figure out what's going on. I just heard that they getting letters in daycares, that Trump trying to cut daycares for good, that their funding is dropping. People are spiraling. This ain't a black thing. This ain't a white thing. This is a everybody thing. This is why y'all gotta stop that. Y'all sound like little immature children arguing over colors in a crayon box. He's black. He's white. You ain't even black. I ain't black. Hell, I'm a mocha, a caramel macchiato mocha. Hell, caramel shit. Hell. Are you black? Do you match that crayon? Are you white? Do you match that crayon? Do you actually realize both of those actually mean the absence of color? We around here arguing about color, and the 2 references that we use actually mean literally the absence of color. Black is the absence of color. So also is white. Sheesh. Yet we arguing like kids in the sandbox. You stole my toy. Shut the hell up. All y'all sound dumb. Meanwhile, they taking all our money, sending it overseas. You ain't gotta believe me. Go back and watch the last 3 lives we did. Don't believe me. Go watch that. I always bring receipts. We got a quiet little cove over here. Oh, but I keep the champagne gang knowledgeable, baby. Yes, we do. Come on now. Y'all running around with a little serial killer and don't nobody know he's serial? Nobody. He looks demented. But these the girls. I mean, these the guys that the girls go for. Just, Wale tried to tell us. He did. College girls all want a thug. We fiend for what we don't need. That's what the song said. Go look up the lyrics. Don't take my word for it. People spiraling and y'all can't tell. Y'all out here falling in love with Ed Gaines. and don't know it. Y'all sleeping with the enemy and don't even know it until it's too late. We got 2 girls gone. And nobody knew this fool right here was on a spree.
Ballistics linked those to the grocery store shooting, and Ortiz was ultimately charged with both killings, both murders. Now you fast forward to January 2025. Now, more than a year later, Ortiz is back in court for a hearing, and the family is sitting in the gallery. Security camera footage captures this whole thing. Now, there's no sound, but honestly, you don't really need it to see the chaos, right? Ortiz is standing next to his attorney at the podium wearing an orange jumpsuit, and that is when Carlos Lucero, the victim's uncle, leaps over the barrier and makes a beeline straight for Ortiz. And an officer tries to stop him. It's too late. They collide. They crash to the floor. Then Pete Sassi, that's the victim's stepfather, he bursts through the barrier in a white shirt, jumps into the pile. A third person enters the fray. This is Ortiz's father, dressed in all black, starts throwing punches. Family members in the gallery, they rush in to try to break things up. The fight only intensifies. There's a woman that grabs a folding chair, starts swinging it at both Ortiz and the officer trying to shield him. And then finally, an officer pulls out what appears to be a taser.
Boy,
and that's when
I tell you, that chair need to be a paid actor. I keep telling you, that fold chair do it every time. Everybody grabbing the folded chair now. The folded chair needs a spot at the Smithsonian at this point. At this point, dip it in gold, wrap it in diamonds, and put it in the Smithsonian. The folded chair is a staple in American history. Matter of fact, somebody need to make a logo with the eagle, and matter of fact, you ain't even got to say somebody, with the eagle and the folded chair. Don't worry about it.
everyone backs off. Now, in the aftermath, you see Lucero, you see Sassi wiping blood from their faces, Ortiz is on the ground. The hearing's over, okay? The hearing's over before it even really started. And that's what the security cameras caught. Here's what they didn't catch.
Sheriff's Department, everybody stop!
Carlos, get up!
Oh my God, that is enough.
Right. Why would you do that? That is enough.
So you're in this one? That's my sweater. That's my sweater? Okay. We're gonna get everything under control for a second, okay? I don't exactly know what's going on. Maybe sit right here. Sit down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Listen,
I said Cork was alright.
Okay.
This one too. This one too. This one too. Right, man. Both of them I ended up freaking up. Give me fingers. One, get up. One your wife.
All right, brother, what's your name?
Joe.
Wait. So, what was your name, bro?
Joe.
Joe? Is that Joseph?
Just Joe.
J-O-U? What's your last name, sir?
Cheese.
What's your date of birth, sir?
Let's wait until they get away.
Oh, okay. Do you want to stand up for me? I'll walk somewhere.
Take my sweater.
Yes, sir. Hey, Malpy, or James, can you hand me that sweater? Hand me that sweater.
Stop. Just give me away from him.
Well, this way.
Take me to away from him.
Sir?
Take me to away from him.
So, well, give me 1 second. Before we do that, do you have anything in your pockets? No, sir. Wallet.
All over them, trying to get them off of my phone.
Okay. So, like I said, we don't know what's going on, dude. You're being detained at this time, all right? But we're going to have to complete an investigation.
Where is he?
I don't know.
He's on the other side, right? The corner?
I think we got like 3 detained in there for sure. Yeah, you got looks like you're bleeding from your face. We're gonna get medical out here. We're gonna have to check out. Okay. Well, just give me away from all these people. Well, we're away from everybody now. They're not leaving that area for a little while. What's your date of birth?
I just saw them attacking my son.
Was he in custody?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They were attacking him. They were all over him.
That was the scene right after the brawl. So deputies swarming the courtroom, trying to separate everyone, trying to figure out who started it, who was just trying to protect someone. You can see their officers removing the defendant's father, Joe Ray Ortiz. We're going to come back to him later, by the way. But when they start pulling people aside for interviews, the first person they talk to, the uncle.
My face full of blood? You got a little bit. You got a little bit of blood, man. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a little bit. I'm sorry? I don't have a napkin on me, but when we go out there, I'll give you some, okay? I promise. Is that your niece that you're wearing on you?
Yeah. She's only 22 and shot her right in the face.
That's awful.
He killed another girl 5 days later. He got 2 murder charges.
Oh, jeez. That's awful. That really is awful. I'm sorry.
You know, punk with guns.
So while we wait for medical, do you want to talk? Do you want to talk to me about what happened? And so I have some questions, and before we answer questions, I just want to advise you of your rights. Okay?
You know, Zach, you absolutely right. You know, some of them be like, you know, like the little beige crayon too, like in between, like the pink and the but you know, that color in the middle. What I'm saying is we're all different colors and we're arguing about being colored. Y'all weird. One of these days we gonna have to jump into, matter of fact, it's Friday, ain't it? Tomorrow, movie night. Join me in the Discord, and y'all know we gonna come on here first. We gonna have to watch Pleasantville. That's one of my favorite movies. It is a very unique and creative play on color. Y'all need to watch this movie and see how dumb some of y'all are and how some of y'all look focusing on color when you see how this movie does this play on color. It's amazing. We're gonna do a movie night tomorrow night.
All right. We advise you of your Miranda rights, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to police or have an attorney present during questioning now or in the future. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you at no cost if you wish. If you decide to answer my questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering until you have an attorney present. Knowing and understanding your rights as I explain them to you, are you willing to answer my questions without an attorney present?
No, I'm going to exercise my rights.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing against you, but...
No. They're your rights, brother. They're your rights, yeah.
Yeah. We good in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, them steel toes or something.
Yeah.
Man, brother, we've been trying to stop. I don't care what happens. It was worth every minute, every second. He killed my niece like a coward. If she wouldn't answer the damn phone for him, he wouldn't tell her where she was. She wouldn't tell him where she was.
That's all.
That's Carlos Lucero, Aliana's uncle, bleeding from the face, calm 1 second, raging the next. But not everyone who jumped into that brawl felt the same way.
This guy that was here, I was already over there trying to pull my wife's brother off.
So, you said he went back from back here, he hit you, right?
Yeah, he got me in the side.
Okay, so what happened?
And that's when I just started, I just started swinging. I pushed him over somebody that was on the floor.
But you said were you right here?
No, I was over there.
Or you were up here?
Yeah, I know where they were fighting, right in front of the podium.
Okay.
You know?
So he came from all the way back here?
All the way back here, but he was already ready to do something. I seen the thing, honk, not at him.
So, I don't hear you there.
Y'all see the terror? I'm sitting there talking about somebody y'all too. Yup, just went and created it. Don't play with her. Everything you see in here is created by her. Please do me a favor, y'all. Please make sure that when you're in here with me, make sure you look at your screen and next to where it says live, make sure the button is red. If the button is gray, that means you're not watching me in real time. You are a little bit behind me. If you touch that button it will turn red if you're on your phone. On the TV, just fast forward all the way to the end to the point where it turned red again. Okay? But yeah, don't make me. You see the bird. You see the bird. Y'all know over here in Champaign City, we on a hashtag protect the bird campaign. Yeah, we don't care about none of the rest of them because they tripping. They are tripping, and somehow we need to get somebody involved because the bird is in danger. If the U.S. falls, the bird falls. And I'm an animal lover, so at this point, protect the bird. Protect the bird. We need a different mascot. That's the problem. We're not fighting for the right thing. So I feel like if we start fighting for the bird, maybe we can see some change. So the bird said, "Don't make me. Stop playing with him."
What's my dog? They just relax. They let these do whatever. They don't do nothing to these people no more. I've been in prison my whole life. Hey, you don't hurt girls or kids, man.
Lower your voice. Lower your voice right now. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. You just
you don't hurt girls. You don't hurt kids. You don't hurt them. You don't hurt kids. You don't hurt girls.
No. Huh? Read out. Who's outside? We can take him. What's your name, man?
I'm telling him to lower his voice. What you should have been telling him is, man, I absolutely understand. Y'all ought to listen. I just don't understand why we be wasting all this taxpayer dollar. At the end of the day, y'all done found the bodies on this boy. Y'all know he did it. Like, what's the point? What are we doing the trial for? For a person to plead not guilty and you done found them, like hypothetically, right? You done found them with the fork, with the cut up parts, sauteed on the plate, getting ready to put it in their mouth, and you allow them to go to court and say not guilty? What the hell? Something is broken somewhere. I don't know who in whose logic that made sense, where if I run up on you and you got the bat in your hand and the body is underneath you, that you allowed to go in court and say not guilty. Yeah, I ain't do that. Matter of fact, if you're able to plead insanity, don't that kind of mean that you're not insane? Kind of, sort of. Like, yeah, help me, help you, help me, is what I'm saying. We ain't got to go through the rest of this. I just wanted to show y'all that everybody ain't playing with y'all. Y'all keep messing with these people, kids. These courthouses are going to turn into war zones. That whole family ran up in there. To the point the police officer had to pull out a taser. Whole family ran up in there. Come on, y'all. Let's get ready to get to the next show. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button if you will. Y'all, one of my champagne gangs said, I want this chessboard. Hey, and when I looked at it, I said, hey, real talk, I want this chessboard too. This chessboard is lit. But y'all know, for the last few lives, we have been talking about, we started talking about the Strait of Hormuz, because I told y'all, I'm one of those content creators who will be honest with you, right? I'm a producer. If it's something I don't know, I will let you know. Hey, y'all, look, in this area, the Empress is a little illiterate. I'm going to have to go get a little bit of knowledge. I'm going to have to go talk to my chat GPT, and I'm going to be right back with you soon as I have some information so that I can be, a little intellectual on the subject. And I even broke down for y'all my ignorance when it came to the Strait of Hormuz. Look, I put it out there. I thought the doggone Strait was, look, it's a dead end. Why we got to go in there anyway? It's dumb to go in a dead end just to turn around and come out. Like, I didn't know. Look, don't judge me. I'll go with your mama. At least I put it out there that I didn't know. But then I started thinking, so y'all know, I told y'all on a lot of the other lives, I said, look, I feel like this is all a game. Even when we looked at the Strait of Hormuz, I said, y'all, don't this just look like a game of battleship? So I created a whole thumbnail for it and everything. It was called the Strait of Hormuz. No, it was called You Sunk My Battleship. The Strait of Hormuz edition. The world's most dangerous game, the world's biggest game, whatever. Because if you put the middle of the battleship board, right? If you put it in the middle of the little bend for the strait, you know, which is the problem because Trump can't make it through there. You know why he keep lying to y'all, telling y'all, yeah, we got it. Fool, you still on the other side. You ain't even made it in the bend yet. You can't even make it through. They're lying to y'all and y'all just clapping. Yeah, he said he's got it. The war is won. Yeah, and he's still on the other side. Still talking about B-52? No. E-40? No. A-12? Hit. Yep, hit, y'all. American public, the war is over. You done hit a fishing boat. Come on, y'all. So now, as I keep thinking, y'all, we went through that. Then I continued and showed you how the United States is actually sending money to help fund and build a city of the future. So we got into Astana and we talked about Astana and this city that it looks like everything in the doggone city is sending a signal up to the sky to welcome something, and something over there looks like a Stargate portal, looks like a baby CERN in the ground that lit up at night, could let something come up from the ground or beam something down. Y'all, look, you gotta go see it for yourself. Astana, Kazakhstan. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Trust nothing. Look up everything. The world is a stage right now. Believe me. Go look it up. It's going to blow your mind. Even when I revealed to my gang that, yeah, the United States has contributed over $60 million to build this city of the future, which is considered Eurasia because it's not Europe, but it's not Asia. It's right on the middle dividing line, but weirdly, everything kind of seems to weirdly flow through it, and nobody's talking about this place. Even the fact that they did an expo in 2017, it was called the Expo 2017. It lasted for 3 months where all of the world leaders attended to show where their money had went to do the unfolding of this city of the future. You got to go down the rabbit hole. I ain't got time to go through it in depth, but we got videos about it. Just go on back and look at the ones that got giant pyramids on it and say Astana largely. You ain't even got to listen to it. I got whole slides I created for y'all. Just fast forward and read and look at the slides. I promise you. And then come on back. You can catch on back up. So we did that, talked about Astana. And then I said, well, it's interesting because how are we funding this? So enters the conversation the World Bank. Interesting. The hell is the World Bank? In my ignorance, thinking it's something like, I don't know, virtual, maybe something that they just allude to, but is not a real place. Find out not only is it a real bank, but it's located in Washington, D.C., next to the Federal Reserve. Interesting. Of all the places that have been hit in the United States, I have never heard of anyone attempting to rob the World Bank. Why is that? I've heard and seen movies of them trying to hit the Federal Reserve, but never, unless I'm missing something. Now, if y'all remember a movie or can think, please drop it in the comments and I will retract. But I cannot remember a movie ever where they were trying to hit the World Bank. So in going down this rabbit hole, I also expressed to you how much money the United States is actually pouring into the World Bank and pouring into it annually in subscriptions. Yeah, countries pay subscriptions to the World Bank. But the crazy part about it is the United States is the greatest contributor. You know, the United States, the ones that don't have no money to pay TSA and all that. See, this is why I keep telling y'all got to have on your golden chapeau. You got to have on your golden chapeau because, see, they be lying to y'all and telling y'all the truth. And when y'all arguing with some of these people, you got to stop getting mad and just cussing. And you got to start fighting them with the facts. It's hard to argue with the facts. They get ready to say something. Just say Astana. Astana. Every time they get ready to say Astana. World Bank. Yeah, go on back. I got videos on that too. Just go on pause and go on through, see the slides on that too. Look at all the money that the United States put in. Your money, my money. While he talking about this $1.6 billion, 8, whatever it is. But we gonna get into that as well. So in going through that as well, right? We continued and I said, well, hold on a second, because I'm trying to understand, because how are we contributing all this money? But ain't we supposed to be? I know since I've been a kid, a little bitty lad, they have told me that the United States is in debt trillions of dollars to China. Now, we was in debt trillions of dollars when I was a little girl and I was born in the 70s. We is now in 20, and I said we is now. In the twos. That was the 19s. This is the twos. The twos and twos to be exact. So I went down the rabbit hole and I even showed y'all the debt paradox between the United States and China. And I was so absolutely confused by all of this because I'm like, wait a minute, how exactly do we have this kind of debt for somebody that we allegedly are trying to put tariffs on? We're in debt to China because of the trade deficit, number one. We buy more than we export, number one. So that's like 300 and plus billion. That's just the trade export, right? So you would think that it would just stop there and that would be enough. See, I'm trying to give y'all ammunition. MAGA, I'm even trying to give y'all ammunition of how to get these fools out of office. Because they lying to everybody. How the hell you got $1.6 billion to give to anybody and we 300 plus billion dollars in debt to China because of trade alone? But then we continue. I even broke down to y'all how exactly this works. Because number two, the U.S. is dependent upon foreign debt buyers. So we create debt and then we depend on foreign countries to buy that debt. You know what they tell you not to do with your credit card? Pull money off one credit card to pay the other credit card. And then buy stuff on that credit card. And then start the cycle all over again. Yeah. Then I continued and I showed you that not only are we 300 and something billion in that back there, but right here we're also 800 plus billion dollars in debt in U.S. Treasury securities because those debts that I just told you about, China buys those debts. So that's how the debt comes into play, of how we're in debt to China for trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, because the U.S. is constantly doing what they punish us as Americans for doing. They create debt because, you know, they're broke. The U.S. doesn't have any money. They create debt. They depend on foreign countries to bail them out after they create the debt. Otherwise, we'd be fucked. Right? And then they start the process again. And guess what? China, with the master plan, buys the debt. Get it? So they're holding all of this debt. Then I said, well, I'm confused. Why doesn't the United States just get the help from the World Bank? Why can't the World Bank help bail out the United States? Well, because we're a number one contributor. The United States contribution to the World Bank has been allegedly in the surplus of $75+ billion, but we're broke. You know, TSA agents can't get money, but other countries can get bailed out with little to no interest, might I add. So we can't get help from it, but we put money into it to help everybody else. Your money and my money, because the United States is broke. That's why I keep telling y'all, you gotta find a different fight. You're fighting the wrong fight. And you're fighting the wrong way in the fight that you should be fighting. You gotta fight them with facts. They don't know what to do when you throw facts at them. Remember, these the same people that quoted Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction as gospel. Yeah. You just throw them facts at them. They don't know what to do with facts. They stutter and call you fake and haters. That's all they know how to do. These are the countries that have been supported. You can see our role. You can pause these to look at them. You can see how the U.S. influences the World Bank. Everything is us. So we're not bailed out by it because we build it, we fund it, and we lead it. Right? But we're using our money in it to take care of these other countries in areas where they don't even take care of the United States. Dig that. Dig that. See, this is why I keep saying we Meocrats over here. Yeah, thank you, Progressive One. Please go on over to the Champagne Factory and gather your champagne gear like Zach did. Please go on over there and grab your Meocrat gear. Yeah, we opt out because they're using our money to do this. The United States ain't got no money. I just showed y'all the cycle. Everything Trump do is $1.6 billion, $1.8 billion. He sues in the billions, always. Explain to me where the money is going to come from. I don't know you. Then we went into tariffs and why he could still put tariffs even though we in this much debt, right? Then we look at the relationship. You see how we're in debt due to the goods because we owe China money. We buy goods from China, but we really don't have enough money to buy those goods from China. We owe China money. Yeah. So the United States owe everywhere. They look, where is the World Bank collection agency? That's what I want to know. Does the World Bank have a collection agency, that calls up countries and be like, President Trump, America's in debt right now, $800+ billion. I can take that cash or charge. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, because this amount is so large, in order for me to put you on a payment plan, I'm going to need a payment of at least, $500 trillion. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, billion dollars. I'm sorry, because, this has been a deficit since forever, Trump. And, I'm sorry, sir, but, during your term, both of them, you did, through the World Bank, send $250 million as a loan to Astana, and that money hasn't been paid back yet. So technically you owe, you're responsible for it. So we're gonna shut the lights off if we don't have a payment, at least by, I don't know, June. So, we're gonna send you a letter. I'm gonna give you about 30 days, but I'm sorry, America, but where's the collection agency? The way they collect and agency us. Where? More why it's legal. You can pause and see why they able to put tariffs. U.S. can owe money and still impose tariffs because one side doesn't affect the other, right? But then I wanted to know what happens if the United States doesn't pay, because, whenever there's a debt, there's a consequence. So, that's usually how it works for us. I don't know how it works with the World Bank because, the United States is in debt over $800 and some billion. I'm trying to understand, like, you try being over $80 late on your utility bill. Are your lights gonna stay on? We ain't even got to go that far. Your phone bill. Be late on your phone bill, $5. Your phone gonna stay on. Yeah. But 800 billion is okay? Where are the collection agencies, please? End of the game. This is how the power can be used. This is what concerned me. Because after I looked at all this debt, I said, hold on a second. This game just changed. This is no longer a battle of battleship. Baby, this is a game of chess. The reason this is a game of chess, because the rules of the game just changed, baby. The art of war just changed. Because Daddy Warbuck can pull the plug at any point. And everything that you know immediately changes. And China becomes your daddy. I'm starting to feel like we might need to start learning Chinese. Is all I'm saying. Because do you not realize all China got to do is say, you know what, I'm sick of this orange bastard. Hey, that debt, all them treasuries, because that debt you've been creating and all that, but you can't pay. Yeah, I'm calling that in. I need you to run me all that. Matter of fact, I don't know how you're going to do it, because I'm about to change the world currency leader protector. Yeah, it's no longer going to be the USD. It's going to be the yuan. Yeah, my bad. So, yeah, tough cookie. So how you going to pay it back? Matter of fact, your military now belongs to me. So now we going to come in and change some of your policies too, because, we don't like them. Matter of fact, the U.S. now belongs to China. That's what happens if China calls in the debt. Do y'all not get this? Y'all don't get it? Why everybody on TikTok talking about, where's the money? This is where the money is. And do you know how they keep China satisfied? They do what they tell you not to do. They keep rolling over the debt. They keep rolling over the debt. and paying interest, rolling over the debt and paying interest. What they keep telling you not to do with your credit cards, but they keep doing it because they keep creating more debt so that they keep having to do it. So you'll never be able to get clear if you're constantly creating $1.6 billion worth of IOUs that you cannot pay because the United States is broke. All of you rich billionaires, you rappers, all of the fancy cars, all of that changes and means nothing in a matter of moments if China calls in that debt. Allegedly. He who controls the debt controls the future. This why y'all ain't got time to be arguing over colors in a crayon box. This is a bigger game at play here. Yeah, I thought it was a little fun little game when I was talking about Battleship. Baby, we talking about chess now. Chess is a grown man's game. The rules of engagement have just changed. One of my favorite movies is Battleship. Because it's funny and serious at the same time. When them things came up out the water, they was like, oh yeah, this just got real. Yeah. When I saw this, I said, oh, this just got real. When I saw what China can do, and then it made me think, because I'm like, you know what? China be real quiet. When I did this research, I said, oh, this is why China is quiet. Because when you know who you are and you know the weight that you carry, you ain't got to do a lot of talking because you know what you're capable of. China know the cards that they hold. They know what they're capable of. So all they got to do is sit back, plan strategy, and move easy. While everybody is paying attention to Trump, baby, what we need to be paying attention to is what's China's next move. See, this is where I need some real chess players. Yeah, I need y'all to scoot up to the front. If I got some chess players in the Champagne City, please drop some champagne glasses. Load the chat up because we need to have a talk about some chess. $34 trillion, please. How they gonna pay this back? Higher taxes on income, wealth, and businesses, printing more money than we have. Clearly, because as I showed y'all, you know, they stealing it and hiding it in their house. $40 million in gold bullion. Talking about for an operation, the CIA. So y'all just handing out gold. I'm spilled, y'all. I am completely poured out and spilled. I am. I can't make this stuff up. Everything comes for sale. This is what China ultimately wants, a new world order where they are at the top and the United States are at the bottom. And the way Agent Orange is creating enemies, that's exactly where we're going to be headed. So that's why I said this is a game. In this chess game, we decided in the last game discussion, right, that there are only two kings on this board. I don't care what nobody say. I'll go with your mama, not me. Russia is not a king. Not at all. Russia may be a knight, but Russia is not a king. The two kings in this game of chess, this game, hold on, where it goes? this game that I call Kings and Pawns is Mr. Drumpf, because, I already told y'all fearless leader is an immigrant. I hate to bust y'all bubble, but they ain't even from here. They from Germany. They not from here. They immigrants. Y'all letting this man do all this stuff, and what he casting out? He trying to block birthright citizenship, and the only reason you a citizen is because you was born here? Y'all, come on now. Kings and pawns. We ain't playing the right game. That's why it keeps seeming like we losing. I need y'all to put on y'all golden chapeaus. The military is the queen on the board. So we got Mr. Drumpf, the immigrant, allegedly. And we got Mr. Sheep. Those are the two kings. At the end, it's like with any movie. In any movie, you already know who the final battle is going to be between by who keep getting into it in the movie. And who got into it first, right? These are your two kings on the board. These are the two kings to watch. One is a ditz and the other one is playing strategy. The queens on the board are their militaries because the queens can move in any direction the king tells it to. We got to figure out who the other players are. I believe Russia is the knight on China's side. The knight moves in the L shape. The reason I say that is because the bishop moves in diagonal. So it almost has complete control like the queen, but it can't move in any direction, but it can slide completely across that board. The reason why I say I feel like Russia is the knight, because the knight moves in the L shape. That's only how far it can go. Y'all remember when all the stuff broke and people was talking about they thought World War III was finna break because Russia came out and said the United States and Israel had committed war crimes against Iran and they wasn't having it. And them in China was ready to stand 10 toes down on it and said, what's up? And China stepped in and said, whoa, hold up. We ain't saying all that yet. We ain't trying to do all that. That ain't a part of the master plan. Y'all remember that? You ain't heard no more about Russia making no moves, right? So I think Russia may just be the knight. But that means we still have to figure out who the bishop is. And we still have to figure out who the rook is. Who do you think? Hold on a minute. Refill your drinks while I go check on my grandson. Hold on.
Champagne and silk. Champagne and silk drip off my tongue, gold on my wrists, moon on my lungs. You lean in close, soft on your skin. I taste the wrist, then dive right in. Oh yeah. Champagne and silk, I'm in power when I sip. Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss ain't tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this grit. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip. Champagne on my lip. Yeah, he's speaking cold. fire in his throat, low like a storm under that coat. She move like smoke. Soft, but she
All right, thank y'all so much for holding. Y'all know I'm a GG for real. I gotta pause to make sure the baby is okay every now and then. Y'all, she keeps an eye on the kids. On Agent Orange side, hold on a second, because we don't have our little man up here. He need his mascot. Hold on. Here we go. Y'all. Yup. His mascot has to be up here with him. I'm sick of him and his weapons of mass discoloration. You see it there. Who do you think the players are on the United States side? We got Israel. Yeah, but I honestly feel like Israel is a pawn. I don't even really feel like Israel is even a big player in this game. I really don't. Just from the way I feel, I just don't. I don't feel like Israel is a player. So we already know the queen is the military. Who would be the knight, the rook, the bishop on the United States side? Drop in the comments to let me know. If you're watching the replay game, drop in the comments to let me know. Who do you think the players are in this game? And y'all, I'm going to figure out who I can get to make this chessboard for me. Because Progressive, I agree with you. I need this chessboard in my life, for real. I do. And I need their faces, like, in the board. I got to figure out how to make it happen now. My inner Virgo is not going to rest until I figure it out. Am I going to need to figure out how to get one of them 3D printing machines and do it myself? Can I do that? But I heard they expensive. I'm going to have to figure this out, y'all, because we need this chessboard in the Champagne Factory so y'all can buy it. It's got to be a staple. One of y'all steal my shit, we going to have a problem, because this is custom. What you see on this screen is custom. You steal it, we having a problem. Who do y'all think the players are? So, China came out with a warning, because y'all know they met, right? Trump came back talking about it. It's all good. He be lying to y'all so much, and y'all be believing it. Then when it come out that he a lie, y'all make up an excuse for why he told the lie that he came out and told. I'm sick of y'all.
If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day
I
parade,
believed him as soon as he said it. Anybody talking this calm when they sending a threat / promise, you got to believe everything that they saying. They ain't playing with you. I keep telling you, everybody is not playing with you. China be sitting back saying, yeah, okay. Yeah, play with your mama, not me. Bully somebody else. Because I got something for your something. Whatever you think you got, I got 10 of them. Let's go. China is the equivalent of, if you've ever seen Doc Holliday in the movie Tombstone, which is another one of my favorite ones. China always come out with that, I'm your Huckleberry energy. Yeah, that's what China gives. China gives that Doc Holliday, say when, energy. Yeah.
in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated is a missile with all the warheads. We call it 61 because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus one hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen bomb. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted. I hope Washington has learned the lesson.
So Bonespurs was reportedly visibly shaken and restrained after his 2-hour meeting with Xi Jinping. This is the meeting where they were supposed to work out a deal and he was going to do the art of the deal stuff and it was great. But what ended up happening was he brought his knee pads and did a whole bunch of praising of Xi Jinping. But Xi Jinping came there to do business and give a warning. He warned Bonespurs that Taiwan was the most important issue when it came to China-U.S. relations. Now, I do want to quickly address Xi Jinping not meeting Bonespurs at the airport when he first arrived in China. I know that people like the Midas Touch was making a big deal of that, saying that that was a snub towards Bonespurs. In all honesty, I think that's just how he does it. Xi Jinping sent the vice president and other high-ranking officials to meet Bonespurs, but he didn't actually meet Bonespurs until the welcome ceremony the next day, which is usually how he does it. So I wouldn't actually view that as a snub, but the warning he gave was incredibly clear. He basically said that if Bonespurs handles the whole Taiwan issue poorly, the two countries will clash and even come to conflict, putting the entire China-U.S. relationship in an extremely dangerous situation. That was a direct quote. Homeboy was not playing around. However, he did say that he wants a constructive, strategic, and stable relationship with the U.S. But the issue with Taiwan is most important to him at this point. Now, what is the issue with Taiwan? So let's get into a little history and a little backstory. China's issue with Taiwan goes all the way back to the Chinese Civil War. This war started in 1927 between the Chinese Nationalist Party, which was in charge at the time, and the Chinese Communist Party, who were the rebels, if you will. The war lasted for about 22 years. And in 1949, the insurgent Communist Party won the war and renamed their government the People's Republic of China, or the PRC. The Chinese Nationalist Party fled across the seas to Taiwan, and they reestablished and maintained the government that they had over there. And they named their government the Republic of China, or the ROC. For decades, both the PRC and the ROC claimed to be the legitimate government of China. They both wanted to be the sole legitimate government, representing all of China. But the problem was they never signed a formal peace treaty. So technically, the war never actually ended. They just stopped fighting. But without a formal peace treaty, this left the legal status of Taiwan pretty much undetermined and unresolved. But with that, the People's Republic of China, the PRC, never actually attempted to rule or govern over Taiwan. Now, during this whole time, the People's Republic of China on the mainland, they kind of grew into an authoritarian communist superpower. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, they developed a highly advanced, prosperous, and vibrant democracy. And most Taiwanese people now have absolutely no interest in taking over mainland China. According to reporting, many of them want an independent nation, as they already have their own constitution and their own military. Now, how does this tie back to the U.S.? So, of course, the U.S. has to stick its nose all up in the business to make rich people more rich. So in 1979, years after the end of the Chinese Civil War, there was still no recognition as to which Chinese party was actually the real sole government of China. But because the U.S., who was a world power after World War II, wanted trade and economic relations with Beijing, the U.S. formally recognized the People's Republic of China as the sole government of China. And they ended their official diplomatic relations with Taiwan. And the U.S. adopted the One China policy, which basically recognized the People's Republic of China's claim that Taiwan was a part of China. However, with that said, the U.S. did not explicitly endorse or agree with the idea. They basically just looked at Beijing's claim and said, okay. But the U.S. didn't completely leave Taiwan out in the cold. In that same year, in 1979, the Taiwan Relations Act was passed in Congress. And that law legally binded Washington to provide defense weapons to Taiwan so that it was able to protect itself if the People's Republic of China decided that it wanted to invade. To this day, under that act, the U.S. sells billions of dollars worth of defense weapons to Taiwan. And the U.S. has traditionally refused to say whether or not they would send troops in defense of Taiwan if China were to invade. The U.S. has been intentionally vague on this point. And so far, that tactic has worked to not only deter China from invading Taiwan, but also to keep Taiwan in kind of a state of limbo, where it works as its own entity, but it doesn't officially declare independence from China. Every single U.S. president from 1979 has been able to walk this line. But Bone Spurs is a bumbling fucking idiot who is completely incompetent at his job and surrounds himself with completely incompetent people who are just people who says what he wants instead of actually knowing what they're doing. Bone Spurs is not capable of towing this line. And because Bone Spurs has handled the war in Iran so badly, they look like Russia who attacked Ukraine, who is now getting their ass kicked by Ukraine. Bone Spurs has officially started making the military look weak AF in the eyes of the world. And Xi Jinping has been watching. So now Xi Jinping is warning Bone Spurs to use, quote, extreme caution with the sale of U.S. military weapons.
Ooh, Zach. I forgot about North Korea. Ugh. North Korea is definitely a bishop. Gotta be. Because that bishop can slide diagonally across that board. I feel like North Korea is definitely the bishop on China's side. Definitely. Or do you feel like North Korea is the rook? Like, yeah, North Korea keep the perimeter on lock. Which, ooh, that's tough. I forgot about that little ignorant bastard over in North Korea, Kim Jong-un. I forgot about that. Y'all know somebody snuck over in there and took some videos and posted it on YouTube. They was in them comments like, bruh, you can never go back to North Korea. Baby, you gonna be on display. Videos and everything. I think North Korea might be the bishop. Yeah, North Korea is a problem too. North Korea isn't a king, but North Korea is definitely a problem.
Taiwan. And he now views the sale of those weapons as a violation of sovereignty. Mind you, those weapons have been sold to Taiwan since 1979. And now that he has spotted a weak-ass president, now it is a violation of sovereignty. Breaking with tradition, as usual, Bone Spurs did not bring an expert of China with him on Air Force One on the way there. Usually, they will be on Air Force One briefing him about what to expect, relations between China and other surrounding areas, and the relations between China and the U.S., so that he can best know how to prepare when things like this happen. He didn't bring one, because he is like a smart person who definitely wrote The Art of the Deal. Instead, he brought a bunch of CEOs and oligarchs who also know nothing about the relations of China. And we're basically there to see how they can make themselves more rich. Meanwhile, the whole relationship between China and the U.S. is about to go up in smoke if Bone Spurs doesn't handle this situation carefully. And when has he ever done that?
Listen, let me tell y'all something. The crazier part about all of this is you can't even put all of this on Trump because you have a Department of Justice that's allowing it. I'm sorry, the Department of War. Didn't Hedgehog change the name to Department of War? You are, and they answered to Trump. Remember that was a part of Project 2025 that I tried to warn y'all about in that video? not only do we have that, but we have a group of Supreme Court justices that can't be voted out because, you know, they in until they croak, who's also pushing this stuff through. That's the crazy part. One of the things that we discussed in the Champagne City was talking about, you know, potentially, you know, expatting. Those who know, right? And we were looking at different places where you can go. So I had a few people that were mentioning Taiwan because, you know, a lot of people are moving and leaving and going to Taiwan, right? And I told them, I said, well, the biggest problem with Taiwan is it says Taiwan is a very peaceful country, but Taiwan is that country that says, don't start no sh, won't be no sh. Yeah, that's Taiwan. Yeah. They have a military. The problem is, as you just heard from the beautiful black lady that was on the screen, China feels like Taiwan should be a part of them. But the United States, you know, always in somebody else's business except their own. Sending weapons and everything for Taiwan because Taiwan really want to be like their own people or whatever. So China ain't really applying no pressure to Taiwan, but China could apply pressure to Taiwan. Right? So if you move to Taiwan, you're moving with the understanding that there's always the potentiality of a war breaking out because she say, yeah, run me that. I feel like that's mine. Trump keep playing, so let me show you something. Since Trump keep playing and you want to keep playing with Trump, okay, let me play with both of y'all. Run me that. Now they're at war and you're living there. Yeah, that's the dangerous part. But do you know, because we're talking about the game of chess, right? Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me move this up one for just a second. We're talking about the game of chess, right? Think about this. And maybe in the next show, we'll go back and bring it back forward. Y'all remember when we did the video? See, y'all, this is why y'all gotta like and subscribe, because I be giving my Champagne gang some good stuff. Y'all remember when we did the video on micronations? Y'all remember that? And we were talking about how we didn't know that within the United States right now, there are thousands of micronations where people have literally bought land and turned it into their own little mini country. Do you not know that online you can find out the criteria to become a little country? Playing chess would be to establish a bunch of micronations and getting another country to recognize them as a country right in the United States. We got to figure out how to start playing chess, not checkers. Matter of fact, not even Battleship. We done with that game. You know, if you was in our household, baby, you went from one game to the next. 1 minute we was playing Trouble. 1 minute we was playing Monopoly. 1 minute we was playing Go Fish. We was playing War. We was outside jumping rope, doing cans, double dutch, hopscotch. We on the chess now. What do y'all think? If it go left, get with the West Indian tribe, Haitian, Trinidadian, Jamaican, etc. Rots Clyde. Father Locke, baby, welcome into the building. It's chess. So what do y'all think?
Today is far from peaceful, with unilateralism and hegemonism posing profound dangers. The world faces the risk of regressing to the law of the jungle. My proposal to build a community with a shared future for mankind and the 4 global initiatives have received widespread support from the international community, including Russia.
If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want...
See, one of the things that we don't understand about China is China gives off, I'm on what you want. I'm going to match your energy. China gives that old Don Dada, if you want war, keep the W and pass me the AR. China gives you old school battle at the OK Corral. If you want to do it, let's meet at high noon. Let's meet at dusk. Let's draw. That's what China give me. China ain't scared. China quiet. See, sometimes y'all confuse quiet with scared. China quiet because they know they hold all the cards. This is why I keep telling y'all gotta stop arguing with nothing unless you're arguing with the facts. It's hard to argue the facts. Start throwing the facts at these doggone people. Now let's get into something, because I know some of y'all have been waiting on it. This is one of the things that y'all don't understand. Hold on one second. I need to get Agent Orange out of here really quick. This would be for my content creators, for people who are thinking about being content creators, even for individuals like you who are watching and listening to me who would be considered the audience, right? One of the things that I learned, and we've discussed this in other lives, right? Where we discuss the rate of exchange when it comes to the US dollar into other dollar amounts. When you stop and think about the conversion rate of US dollar into other currency amounts, and you pay attention to the fact that the US dollar is one of the highest currencies in the world, I think outside of Europe and what is it? UAE? United Arab Emirates? I think those are the two. I think I got a slide with it on there. So don't charge it to my head, not my heart. Outside of that, it makes you stop and understand why every time you turn on YouTube, or every time you turn on TikTok, or every time you go on Instagram, you see content creators from other countries that's covering United States content. The reason why they cover United States content is because they are able to tap into the United States currency just by covering the content. Get it? So your views is making them rich and you don't even know it. Because guess what? $1,500 USD to us is what? Just $1,500. In Africa, $1,500 is millions. An African in certain countries can be rich in their country off 2,000 USD per month. 2,000 USD barely pay your rent in USA. And it's your money. And it's not just Africa. It's other continents. When you look at the fact that other currency is so much lower than the USD, now you're understanding why you see more foreign content creators covering United States content. They're covering it because it's an immediate come up. They found the glitch in the algorithm. But your president is so concerned about where the US dollar is going. Meanwhile, everybody is coming up off the US dollar except the US. I just showed you how the World Bank We talked about how the World Bank and how countries are coming up off the USD because we can't partake in it because we fund it. And we are the biggest contributors to it. So we can't partake of it. Right? It's almost like because you work at the casino, you can't gamble. Get it? Yeah, that's how it goes. Now, not only are we funding the World Bank, which funds the world, stuff like education, that they taken away from us. Stuff like inclusion and diversion. Didn't they tell you that was a cuss word? Stuff like urban development. Ain't they stripping money out of urban communities and telling y'all, fend for yourself? But they put money into the World Bank and withdraw that money in loans and grants and gifts to other countries to help them develop what they told you is trash. So not only are you funding that, but now I wanted to show you on the flip side, when it comes to social media, the United States audience is funding it all, sweetie. Look at the conversion rate. Let's continue. This is Africa. This is the United States versus their exchange rate. Morocco, $1 is $9.74 of the MAD. Senegal, 597. Ghana, 15.6. Nigeria, $1,530. You see that? That's why you get a lot of scammers out of Nigeria, allegedly, in the U.S. Do you see the come up? That's why you have a lot of Nigerian content creators who are, and no tea, no shade. I ain't shading nobody. I'm just showing you how everybody has found the glitch in the algorithm except Americans, because they're using us as collateral for it. We funding all of this. Congo, 2,780. They 31.4 times. So just think of someone from the Congo scamming you out of $100. Immediate come up. Everybody is able to come up off of our money, except us. This gives you a look at the cost of living. How far $1,000 can take you in Africa. See this? Rent, 2-3 months. Senegal, 2-3 months. Ghana, 2 to 4 months. South Africa, is that 3 to 6 months? The Congo. Y'all see this? Off your $1,000, they're able to live free for 3 to 4 months, 2 to 3 months. Meanwhile, what apartment is $1,000 getting you in these United States of America? Please help me understand. How much USD do you need to be considered rich in Africa? Do you see this? This is per month. To be considered rich. Not just getting by. Not struggling. Not making life decisions at the pump. Not trying to figure out, do you buy a pack of cigarettes or a pack of noodles? To be considered rich in Africa. Morocco, $3,500 a month. Senegal, $2,200, allegedly. Ghana, $2,500. Nigeria, $2,500. The Congo, $1,800. Egypt, $3,000. Y'all see this? Kenya, $2,800. South Africa, $4,000. Now I wanted to show you this converted into views. Empress, but why are you showing this? Because I wanted you to see how much harder your United States content creators have to work to see the kind of money that they see, simply because they are tapping into a U.S. market. And this isn't just Africa. It's any country whose money does not equal to ours. They automatically get a come up. And guess what? Even if I tapped into, let's say, the UAE content, guess what? I'm already in the United States, so I don't see it come up. I would have to be there to see it. There's nowhere you're able to come up off your United States dollar being in the United States the same way someone else from outside of the United States can come up off of your money. Not even off of your money, baby, even off of your views. That means just sitting here and doing exactly what y'all doing right now, just watching. And they are cashing and stacking it up. You see the numbers. 180,000 views to get $1,800. And they're rich. You see that? I'm just pausing a little bit so y'all can look through it. This don't frustrate you? That everybody is able to come up off of the United States? That everybody realizing, hey, I ain't got to cover content from my own country. The U.S. content pay the most. All I got to do is tap into the U.S. content and I tap into the USD automatically. Automatically. Because the U.S. dollar comes with the U.S. content. Get it? Progressive said, like Too Short said, blow the whistle. Do y'all see this? But U.S. content creators have to work 100 times as hard for their own money. Make it make sense. $1,000 views gets $10,000 for us in the United States. They convert, I'm sorry, 1 million views gets $10,000. They convert that $1 million and they are instantly rich. Matter of fact, they were rich before the 1 million views because all they needed was 180,000 views in American content. 180,000 views. And all they needed was $1,800. 1 million views gets us 10,000. All they need is $1,800 to be considered rich. Get it? I hope you do. I hope you get it enough to start understanding that we're playing a different game. Totally different game. Since we playing this game, before we get out of here, I wanted to do this for y'all on Memorial Day, but had some other things going on that I had to take care of. But y'all listen. Y'all know Trump, I've been saying 1.6. It might be 1.6, 1.8. I don't know. Whatever. Y'all know he did this whole lawsuit where he trying to get these folk from January 6th money. And I feel like at this point, if Trump can sue it, hell, everybody need to start suing. Everybody. Matter of fact, I feel like I need to sue for emotional distress. So as we get ready to get out of here, the first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to let you know that I feel like there's a few people who need to just say, you know what, if Trump can throw out $1.8 billion because, you know, we ain't got no money, right? He throwing out this money. China gonna have to buy the debt, and, you know, he gonna have to just roll it over again because the United States is broke. But since we just throwing out lawsuits, I feel like, you know, a actual president would have taken the money and said, you know, I'm going to divide it between, you know, the people who matter. You know, if you wanted to throw your little people some, you know, cut them off a corner, you know, chew on an edge or two of the cheese. But I feel like the first person on the list that should be able to sue should be Obama. Obama, since Trump wants to throw out felonious lawsuits, I feel like you should throw out a lawsuit, and I feel like you win. Because, you know, I look, the way you have been defamed over these years and years and years. This man has defamed you like he has a heart on for you, allegedly. He can't get you out his mind, out his breath, out his ears, from in front of his eyes, out his nose. He smells what Obama is cooking. Obama, I feel like you should be able to sue. And at the bottom, I'm giving you some reasons of why I feel like you should be able to sue. Because he lied about your birth certificate. He claimed for years he wanted the people to believe that you was not born in the United States, even though Mr. Drumpf, aka Trump, is an immigrant himself. So why do you care, sir? Wiretap lie, just founder of ISIS, incompetent and weak, not American, colluded with Iran, failed leader, Obamacare disaster. The damage is real, the lies were false, justice demands accountability. I feel like Obama is the first one that should file a lawsuit against Mr. Trump for $1.8 trillion, gazillion dollars. What do you think? You let me know. Let's go. The next person that I feel like, or next group, is history itself. I feel like history is due a payout from Trump, whoever the hell he feels like he is, because he don't know it. And I don't know how you can be a president of the United States of these Americas and you don't know no history. I just don't understand. He wants to whitewash everything. He glorifies dictators. You've heard him do this several times. I really don't think history, World War II, would be too happy with you talking about you wish people were loyal to you. Like, you know, the people were loyal to Hitler. And I'm sitting there saying, like, I'm so confused. Like, when do we celebrate our ops? Didn't we fight against old boy? Like, what are we doing anymore? I'm so confused. We celebrating our enemies. At this point, I feel like history should file a lawsuit. Smithsonian, I nominate you as the head of this coalition to file a lawsuit against Donald J. Trump /Drumpf for fake news, for dividing the nation with false narratives, for ignoring science, facts, and evidence, for stealing our children's future, for always sounding like you're talking from a Dr. Seuss novel, even though Dr. Seuss sounds smarter. The next person that I feel like is up in this lawsuit that should file against Trump is the truth. At this point, the truth should file a lawsuit. I mean, if he's allowed to sue himself for $1.8 billion and win, at this point, the truth needs to file a lawsuit. And I don't care what number she put on the check. I don't care. Because he couldn't tell the truth if the lives of Americans was based on it. Defamation of the truth, spreading lies, reckless disregard for facts, manipulation of the public, inciting confusion and chaos, undermining democracy, emotional distress to intelligent beings everywhere, repeat offender, no remorse. I feel like the truth needs to file a lawsuit. At this point, what are we doing? He can file them. Everybody needs to file a lawsuit. Democracy is up next. Since we're filing lawsuits, I feel like democracy should file a lawsuit against Trump. I feel like democracy is owed one because it's on the line right now for attacking, corrupting, and endangering the very foundation of our republic. All them numbers and counting. You see the pluses at the end. Accountability is required. He need to pay. Attacked elections, incited insurrection, abused power, spread lies and misinformation, divided the doggone nation, disrespected the Constitution, obstructed justice, endangered our future. At this point, I feel like democracy needs to file a lawsuit. Since we are getting paid, I'm just telling y'all all the people that I feel like should be able to be paid. I think the eagle should be the mascot for this one. Should really spearhead this one. Hashtag protect the eagle. Y'all know how it goes. Comedy and freedom of speech would be next up in the lawsuit. You know, since America is broke anyway and we playing with monopoly money. Yeah, comedy and freedom of speech should be next up to file a lawsuit since Trump is allowed to get away with it. Why not everybody, right? For threatening, intimidating, and punishing jokes, criticism, and the truth. A threat to our laughter, a threat to our liberty. Threatened comedians, tried to shut down late night shows, called jokes illegal, attacked satire and parody accounts, used power to intimidate, chilled criticism nationwide, promotes a cult of thin-skinned, endangers our democracy. Guilty. Laughter is not a threat. Guilty. Somebody with the gavel. Laughter is not a threat. Guilty as charged. Let's continue. The justice system is next up. Clearly, he part of the reason why it was broken. If it was broken before he got in office, it is now definitely destroyed, pulverized, and demolished. Absolutely. You see the numbers. All of that and then some, plus and then triple. Attacked judges, obstructed investigations, defamed and threatened prosecutors and officials, incited disrespect for the courts, refused to accept adverse rulings, abused the pardon power, turned the DOJ into a weapon, endangered democracy. Yep, all of that, all of the above. I feel like the justice system itself should be able to file a lawsuit against Donald J. Trump. See, the problem is we're not playing chess like he trying to play chess. He filed lawsuits. Y'all need to file lawsuits too. He filed it against the United States government. You filed them against him. The Constitution. Oh yeah, the Constitution definitely a little upset. We the people and all that. Violated oath of office, attacked our democracy, abused the presidency, undermined the rule of law, spread lies and misinformation, divided the nation, disrespected our allies, threatened our freedoms for betraying, abusing, and threatening the foundation of our republic. Numbers, sentence him, and then pay them. Pay the Constitution. Y'all know where it's sitting at, allegedly. Go put some money into it and buy it a better house or something. Yeah, the Constitution itself should be able to do a lawsuit, since we doing lawsuits now, just pulling them out, our behinds and winning them. The continent of America. At this point, the whole continent should just everybody on the continent just go ahead and write your council members, start a petition. We need to sue. We do. Everybody on the continent at this point, because we've all been affected. He done lied to y'all maggots, and y'all just get madder and madder when y'all realize the more he lied to y'all, but y'all don't know how to deal with it. So, y'all take it out on the people that's telling y'all the truth. But that's okay, because that's not that I'm saying that the other side is perfect, because some of them trash too. See how they work? That's why we Secretzz over here. Go and get your gear in the champagne factory. We ain't falling in line with nobody that don't include me. These people ain't thinking about us while they talking about policies, procedures, and voting. No, they just want money, power, and powder. That's it. That's all they want. I want that money and power and powder. That's all they want. I'm sorry, and kids, allegedly. So the continent, yeah. Then, of course, the bird has got to sue. The bald eagle is in danger, y'all. I'm telling y'all, our national bird is in danger, and we need to figure out how to hashtag protect the bird. Y'all need to go on over to the Champagne Factory and get your hashtag protect the bird gear. The 4th of July is coming up. I'm working on a promo video for it, but get your protect the bird gear, because the 4th is coming up, and you need to rep and let them know you rep in the USA, because we live here. We live here. We ain't gonna front. But we don't rep the leadership of the USA. We protecting the bird, and that's it. So the bird absolutely should be able to sue. Spreading lies about elections, incited violence on Jan 6th, disrespected veterans and heroes, divided the nation, abused the presidency, attacked the institutions, disgraced our symbol, hurt Americans, hurt America's standing, embarrassed the world. Do y'all not know we are like the laughingstock of the world right now because of this idiot? This idiot is trending everywhere for every reason except being a good president. So the bird definitely should have a lawsuit in. Definitely. The United States itself. Yep, the continent ain't enough. Y'all know how they be adding those additives, enhancements onto y'all. Yeah, this is the enhancement. No, we can't just do the continent. No, we got to do the United States as well. Yeah, by itself. Yeah, she needed her own lawsuit because we have been tormented. Yeah. This is all the ways he's obstructed. And let's not forget that he loves Nazis. we ain't gonna forget about that. He admires them. So we gonna continue talking about our little chess game here, because we gotta find out what the real players are. And we gotta learn how to start playing the game, y'all. We gotta start playing chess. How can I think 3 steps ahead of whatever this idiot thinks he's doing? Right? We got to start playing chess. What do y'all think? Drop in the comments and let me know. I'm sick of all these garbage pail kids. Y'all see him. I'm look, the back alley bunch. I'm the sewer rot pack. I'm sick of all of them. All of these politicians are garbage pail kids. That's exactly what they are. They sewer rots. They moldy Marvins. They snotty Scotties. That's what they are. Wart face Wandas. That's what the hell they are. Rat King Gutter Gregs. That's what the hell they are. All of them lying to y'all and telling y'all the truth at the same time. And y'all like, just stop smoking that stuff. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Y'all out here doing it like it's the next party favor. Stop. Y'all need the rest of y'all brain cells for this next move that's coming. Drop in the comments to let me know what y'all think about all this. What do y'all think about our jokers? Wow. What do y'all think about the judge and the police officer? Let's get it on. In the office with the music playing, and you know old Snotty Scotty next door talking about what did he call him, y'all? Some disturbing sounds. What did he say? The foolishness. I'm still saying he needs to go get a hug from somewhere. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that has happened on today. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, also the notification bell, so you'll be notified when we jump into the Champagne City for another show. Please do me a favor and hit that link and go grab you some champagne gear. Please, there's so much over there. There's t-shirts, there's hats, there's purses, there's bras, there's so much. There's cups, there's mugs. Y'all go on over there, grab you some gear. Send me some pictures. Champagne City. No, that ain't it. Champagne Secretzz at gmail.com. Send me the picture with you and your champagne gear, and I promise you I will post it. Again, thank you for joining me tonight in Champagne City. Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
Stockings by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of us a kid, guess it came pre-sold. Found the lips on the best friend, ribbons came untied. Unwrapped betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seed. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no Ollie, ain't no Dolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red, Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead. Tree lights flicker, but my mind's on rewind. Every I love you now feels weaponized. Eggnog spike, but it ain't numb in the sting. Her best friend took my crown, now I'm the fool king. Sleigh bells ringing, but they sound like alarms. Frosty outside, inside it's a storm. No chestnuts roasting, just my patience sharp. Love ain't a present, it's a house of cards. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no Ollie, ain't no Jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead.